watch football without the restrictions of blackouts or cable? Check out expressvpn.com to help you get access to all the live games. Sign up today using the link in the description to get 3 free months. Action. Yo, what up, brothers? It's the director. Hey, we got a Super Bowl going on today. How's everybody doing, man? The Rams versus Cincinnati Bengals. A little bit of a late start here, but we are live with the Rams in possession. Driving down the field, 50-yard line, looks just about, maybe 40-yard line. Then we'll get into the introductions here in just a moment, guys. John Gooch, Spec, JC, Get Me, Colin, good to see you guys. Who are we rooting for today, everybody? In the chat, let me know who your preferred winner of the Super Bowl would be today. Cam Akers going to take a carry there, tries to make a move, and gets hit from behind. It's going to be second down coming up for the Rams. I'll tell you guys right now, man, does Kitty go meow says boneless? Dude, I love that that's a thing. Tom Grossi, you're an internet treasure. Yes, Kitty does go meow for director today, man. I am definitely looking forward to the Cincinnati Bengals hopefully taking a win in today's Super Bowl. Here comes Matthew Stafford trying to step up into the pocket. Gets absolutely demolished by Trey Hendrickson. And that's going to be third down, for the Los Angeles Rams. I'll tell you guys right now, I'm personally rooting for the Cincinnati Bengals. You got to feel for that fan base, man. Think of yourself as a Cincinnati Bengals fan. They've not won a playoff game in the last 30 years. Yeah, man, I think these guys have definitely earned themselves some sorts of happiness after so many years. And here they are in the Super Bowl today. Very cool to see the Bengals make it this far. Joe Burrow, of course, one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league, outside of Justin Herbert, of course. 3rd and 17 coming up. It's going to be a huge hit. From behind the line of scrimmage, that's number 92 of the Bengals. Is that DJ Reader? Either way, nice stop by the Bengals, and the Bengals will be getting their first possession on offense here shortly. AJ Green leaves the Bengals. Yeah. I know, it sucks to be him, man. This could be the Chargers. It could be. Next season, man, mark my words, huge offseason for the Chargers. What you guys drinking today? I normally don't do this on stream just because, you know, we like to be level-headed, but today is a Super Bowl. We're celebrating a little bit. I got me a nice tall glass in the Chargers mug. We got the nice micro brew there. Guinness for the director. I love me some dark brews, and that's not a bad one to have in the refrigerator. Bengals, this game is rigged. Miller Lite. All right, man, I feel you. Oldie but a goodie. Here comes the return by the Bengals. Going to pick up a couple of yards, and the Bengals will get their first offensive possession starting inside the 40. Chargers fans, who we're rooting for, says Louis. Louis, I honestly, you can't really go wrong here. If you're in terms of talking like what's better for a Chargers fan to root for, neither one of these works out, right? The Rams, we don't want to have to deal with the Rams fans out there in Los Angeles if they win the Super Bowl. Man, it's going to be a headache. But with Joe Burrow winning his first Super Bowl in his second season, being drafted the same year as Justin Herbert, that doesn't look good for the Bolts either. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation for the Chargers specifically. But if you're just out here having some fun, watching some football, looking for a good time, I do think I'm rooting for the Cincinnati Bengals. I think those fans deserve it, more than so deserve it, and I do like Joe Burrow a lot and the surrounding team that the Cincinnati Bengals have built. The Cincinnati Bengals built a very nice platform of how you should handle the offseason. That's kind of what we're going for here. We'll be rating the commercials as we go through. You guys know it. Big Ben winning in his second year. Yeah, Joe Burrow's the real deal, man. I think we all knew that. I think even if Joe Burrow had played a full season last year, it would have been close, but I still do think Justin Herbert would have won Offensive Rookie of the Year. But man, dude, that doesn't mean Joe Burrow's any sort of trash, right? Joe Burrow is the real deal, dude. He deserves to be in this Super Bowl. It's tough hosting a Super Bowl channel, too, because I want to look at all the commercials and stuff right now, too, man. Like, this is going to be a good one. I saw some of the previews for some of the commercials. Some of them look really, really good. You guys seeing the Zendaya one right now? Yes, sir. Wearing the Eric Weddle Chargers jersey 32. Hey, that would have been a good idea, man. Too late to change now. Of course, I'm going to be rocking the Justin Herbert today. But, yeah, Eric Weddle wouldn't have been a bad idea neither. Eric Weddle, of course, now in the Los Angeles Rams. Came out of retirement for this game, right, for the playoffs for the Rams after they lost, I think, their starting free safety. He's out there competing for his ring. And, dude, honestly, I'm a huge Eric Weddle fan. That banner back there, I think it's behind my head. You guys see that banner behind my head there? That is signed by Eric Weddle, dude. One of my favorite Chargers back in the day of the Los Angeles Chargers. AP got arrested. Can you guys let me know in the chat if that's for real? Talking Adrian Peterson? That'd been crazy. Burrow is good, but Herbert's way better. Honestly, if we're going like who's better, I think honestly Justin Herbert is more important to his team by far. He's statistically the best quarterback we've seen in the first 2 seasons of their career in history. But it's hard not to love Joe Burrow too, man. I mean, with rivalries aside, that's a cool cat, dude. I think it's very exciting to see him in the Super Bowl. That's too bad, man. Adrian Peterson, that dude. We'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. 12 minutes in the first quarter of your Super Bowl, and the Cincinnati Bengals about to take the field for their first offensive possession from the 40-yard line. Bengals 5 wide. Joe Burrow looking to take the snap. He looks, fires it off. Good gain of about 5, 10. I'm going to say 8 yards there for the Cincinnati Bengals. That was a reception by Tyler Boyd, and the Bengals are on the move. Let's go, Burrow. Sorry, everybody. I know some Chargers fans hate it when I root for any other team. I totally get it. Totally deserve it. At the same time, man, I am a fan of the sport. And seeing as we're not competing in the Super Bowl, my personal favorite is Cincinnati Bengals to take this one today. I think the Rams statistically should win it, but I'm rooting for the Bengals. That's kind of where we're at. 2nd and 2 for the Bengals. It's going to be a handoff. I think that's Samaje Perine, who's going to pick up maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and short coming up. It was Joe Mixon, number 28. A candy bar on the line with the boss. Hey, what's the biggest bets for Super Bowl Sunday for people? I was really thinking of going out there and placing some bets for today. There's been that underdog fantasy everyone's been talking about. Might talk to them about maybe a sponsorship next season. I haven't tried them yet, though, so I can't confirm. They say they seem pretty cool. Let's go on Rex B. Ivan. Rams need to win, put pressure on the Chargers front office to go big in free agency this year. I think that is one way to look at it. Maybe if the Rams win, the Chargers do need to make some big moves to compete for the city of Los Angeles. 3rd and 1. Here comes Burrow. It's another handoff. Again, this time it is Samaje Perine. He's going to get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 4th down for the Bengals. No man's land, just past the 50. If you're the Cincinnati Bengals, do you go for this? I think, honestly, not a bad idea at this point. Steve Simmons, good to see you, man. Yeah, this might be my last year hosting live stream for the Super Bowl. I was talking to my brother about it. Unless the Chargers are in the Super Bowl in the postseason, I might reserve those games to spend with my friends. It's been a couple of years since I've done the Super Bowl party thing. Here comes 4th and 1 by the Bengals, and it's going to get tipped to the line of scrimmage by number 50. Jamar Chase was the target. 50 for the Los Angeles Rams, forces the turnover on downs, and the Rams will have the ball at the 50. Interesting. Yeah, talking to my brother, we might start doing Super Bowl parties again next season. Maybe I'll get you guys in on like a live stream on the side of our Super Bowl party. Ain't nothing too special. We got burgers and maybe steaks and booze and stuff like that. But I do miss it. I do miss it for sure. McKay, if you're watching, best friend growing up, definitely would love to have another Super Bowl party next week or next season. Hope it's not a boring Super Bowl. I don't think so yet. We're seeing a Moon Knight trailer. Hey! This one's to Oscar Isaac, man. He's a heck of a dude. Where the drinks at? Hey, you guys will see here, man. I got a nice tall one today in the Chargers. This is my lucky Chargers mug, right? I reserve it for some of the more important games of the season. This is when you really want things to go your way. A nice tall Guinness. Drink of choice today for the director. How can the Bengals turn it around so sudden? I think the Bengals, they knew what they had in Joe Burrow, and they really stepped in and made things happen very, very quickly. Whereas the Chargers, I talked about this last offseason as far as what they should do as far as improving their team during that one offseason. I thought they should have gone, all in with the discounts on the contracts with the COVID season and stuff like that. They decided not to, and I think the reason for that is because they had Brandon Staley, brand new head coach. They wanted to break into the NFL as far as a head coach and for their team. Now that they've got a solid, winning season under his first year with the Chargers, I think I do expect to see some big moves this offseason. Hugo, the doorman boss, what's going on, man? Good to see you, dude. This one's to the doorman right here, Hugo. I'm seeing some Ewan McGregor on the screen right now. I got all excited thinking we might see some Obi-Wan Kenobi today, but maybe not. $50 holla coming in from Steve Simmons. So happy to donate over the Super Bowl feed towards coming draft videos. Steve, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the love, dude. We're all here sitting, hanging out. Director's tossing a few back. You know what I mean? Here comes Steve Simmons with the love and the $50 holla. Let's get another throwback here for the comp.
So happy to donate for Super Bowl feed and towards coming draft vids.
Thank you so much, Steve. Absolutely. Dude, the draft vids, after today, I tell myself this every season. I start researching the draft, right, and prospects, and start getting excited. We've been covering free agency like crazy the last couple of weeks. Now, after the Super Bowl, that's when the real draft research begins. I know my way around a little bit, but I want to really, understand the plane of the NFL draft before starting to put out a bunch of content there. It's going to be a good time, man. Chargers, number 17, 11 draft picks, $60 million, $70 million plus in cap. It's going to be a good season. Dude, Steve Simmons, thank you so much, man. $50 holla. Big love. Huge supporter of the channel. Here we are, Super Bowl Sunday hanging out. He's throwing all sorts of love in the chat, man. Appreciate the love there. We got 1st and 10 coming up for the Los Angeles Rams. It's going to be a handoff to Cam Akers, who's going to get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like a DB got to him. No, it wasn't linebacker. Wilson, linebacker, gets back there for a loss of a couple versus Cam Akers. Cool story, Cam Akers, right? Getting knocked out early in the season, comes back late for the playoffs, does make an impact for his team. Very excited to see him. I picked him up late in my fantasy football league, a keeper league, so I can roster him next season. Here comes Matt Stafford. Nobody's open. Stafford's going to take off, and Stafford picks up a nice chunk of yards, probably about 8 yards on the scramble for Matt Stafford. It'll be 3rd and 4 right there. Huge cheers to you, Hugo, and to Steve Simmons, man. You guys, we got a lot of fans here on the channel, man. We see them week in and week out, and we're here hanging out. And you guys, thank you so much for the support. I know it's not Chargers related, but it's a good time anyway, man. The reason I have this channel is to have, solid dudes to watch football with on Sundays. Yeah, you know what I mean? Talk a little Chargers in between. This one goes out to you, dudes. Thank you so much. All right, here comes your 3rd down, 3rd and 4 for the Los Angeles Rams. In motion's Cooper Kupp, motioning to the bottom of the screen. Matt Stafford's going to target him, and Cooper Kupp making a nice man miss right there. Couple of dudes miss. Tries to get a third with the spin, but he gets taken down after a pickup of about 20 yards. Cooper Kupp, did he win? Yeah, he did win Offensive Player of the Year, right? Man, did this Cooper Kupp go off, dude. He's going to be one to watch for in this Super Bowl. Would you like more Camaros or Mustangs? That's tough, man. Depends on the year. I guess all around Camaro. That's a good question. Good to see you too, Gustavo. Says, I'd much like to see Weddle win a ring. We as a fan base will never hear the end of it if they win. Yeah, fight for LA, rooting for the Bengals. I'm rooting for the Bengals for a different reason, but yeah, that's one big reason if you're a Chargers fan to root against the Los Angeles Rams. But yes, I do. If they do end up winning, I'd be happy for Eric Weddle. Here comes a carry for Henderson. He's going to pick up about 4, running to the outside. It'll be 2nd and 6 coming up. Yeah, Cooper Kupp, man, good football player. He sort of came out of nowhere. I was really jealous that I didn't draft him in our keeper league this season. It was our first season, the break-in season for keepers, and I really thought about it between him and Robert Woods, but they both got scooped up right before my pick. Oh, dude, I wanted Cooper so bad. He's a nice keeper for next season if he's on your fantasy football teams. Bengals getting some pressure early. Yeah, Bengals looking good. Bengals defense has been pretty solid throughout the course of the season. We're hoping as Chargers fans to see a similar turnaround in 2022 for the Bolts. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Rams. He's going to check it down to Henderson. He's going to pick up 5, 6, but say about 6 yards on that reception. 3rd and 3 coming up. Next year, yeah, dude, next year. And a lot of people hate that word. That sentence. And next year, man, next year's the year. And, I understand that. It feels like I don't know, just kind of a little redundant, right? Like, it's like, oh man, every season's next season. But at the same time, you got to take a look at the circumstances every year. Last year, I knew there would be some growing pains, right? With a brand new head coach. We didn't make as many moves as I was hoping we would. The year before that, we had a rookie quarterback, but now things are starting to fit into place. The words next season actually carry some merit. And I think there's a big reason to get excited for next season with Justin Herbert and a whole crap ton of capital via the draft and in cap. Here comes a reception for number 3. Odell Beckham Jr., the first player to score a touchdown in Super Bowl 51. Let's go! OBJ, and the Rams are on the board. Just exciting to see this man finally find a team that can harness his talent the way it was always meant to be. Nice route ran versus number 21 of the Cincinnati Bengals. Of course, I want the Bengals to win, but you got to admire the story of Odell Beckham Jr. He overcame some character issues early in his career with the New York Giants, went through his growing pains, I would say, the Cleveland Browns, and now here he is with the Los Angeles Rams making a difference here. I did hear a couple days ago that he is willing to take a pay cut to stay with the organization next season. That's a big, big break, for the Los Angeles Rams. But on the other side of things, it's sounding like Von Miller might be departing. So if the Chargers, if there was one guy that I wanted this offseason that would help the Bolts out, it's gonna be Von Miller. So keep an eye out for Chargers, potential Chargers free agents coming from the Los Angeles Rams in this game. Number 40 of Von Miller. I think number 11 for Darius Williams, the cornerback. There's a couple other guys. I'm not quite sure of Sebastian Joseph Day, but take a look at that defensive line. He's another big candidate to come to the Chargers this next season. OBJ going to get a Super Bowl victory. Yeah, nice play by Odell Beckham Jr., dude. I've always been a fan. I do acknowledge that he is very famous for one play, and that was that, behind the head catch, in that big game for the Giants so many years ago. But I do think he's a very talented wide receiver, and I feel great. I feel great for him finally getting an opportunity to shine here in Super Bowl 51. Give me 1 second here, guys. All right, we are back. $56. 51, 56. He wins everywhere he goes. I think, honestly, with the Cleveland Browns, he definitely did not have the scheme around him that really fit his talents, right? So I do think that Odell Beckham with Baker Mayfield wasn't the Odell Beckham I was hoping to see when the Cleveland Browns picked him up. Baker Mayfield's a great quarterback, but I do think he's in a system that more adheres to the ground game, right? So Odell Beckham Jr., nice to see him finally fitting in a team that can properly utilize him. If it was Jared Goff out there slinging the rock, I don't think there would be the result that we're seeing in this game. But the fact that they picked up Matt Stafford definitely gives him a nice chance. Why do I see Arnold Schwarzenegger as Zeus right now? Is this a real thing? It's a car commercial. Was talking about Von. Yeah, Von Miller. Again, I did this whole series. I'm hoping that more people discover it as we get closer to free agency, which kicks off on March 16th. What is this? What is this light that we're seeing right? March 16th is when the free agency period officially begins. So I made the series of video, and we cut it up in different sections as far as position, right? And when we covered the defensive line and edge and linebacker, Von Miller was at the top of my list, and I think he might be in the top 3, if not number 1, of guys that I want to pick up this offseason due to his skill set, not only as a pass rusher but as a run stopper. From what I'm hearing, he's going to be departing Los Angeles Rams for a different team, and I really do think and hope it could be the Chargers. Bengals going to win by a field goal. I hope so, man. It wasn't a car ad for an upcoming movie. I heard something about Arnie playing Zeus and something, but maybe it was just a commercial. Who knows? Yeah, they're just replaying the Odell Beckham touchdown at this point. Nice play by OBJ. Yeah, it's hard not to be happy for these dudes, man. It really is. But I'm still pulling for the Bengals. Hopefully the Bengals, man, can bring some pride to their city in Cincinnati, who has been so patient over the past couple of seasons. Or a couple of decades, I should say. Here comes a check down to Joe Mixon. He's not going to pick up nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up in a moment. The Rams defense, of course, one of the most lethal in the league. Do expect to see Aaron Donald make an impact in this game at some point, as well as Von Miller. Von Miller, if he can make a big play in this game, get the Chargers and Chargers fans excited about a potential union with the Bolts organization this upcoming offseason, that would certainly make me happy. You guys are thinking 38-30 in favor of the Rams. Okay. We are currently watching this via NFL Game Pass. NFL Game Pass, if you guys are wondering how to watch it, it looks like it is on CBS. Here comes Joe Burrow slinging it underneath. That is a reception for Jamar Chase, Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Very crazy. I will say Stafford, OBJ, Weddle, and Donald deserve a ring, but so do the Bengals. Yeah, there are players and stories on the Rams that I do enjoy, and I hate to say it, guys. There are several players on the Los Angeles Rams that I'm a fan of. I like OBJ, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Cooper Kupp, right? Even Robert Woods, not a lot of people talk about him. I like Andrew Wentworth, the left tackle there. But it's tough to like the Rams organization being a Chargers fan, right? So definitely going for the Bengals today. Here comes Joe Burrow. He's going to sling it deep. He's got an open target, but overshot his target. I think that was Chris Evans, Captain America, and it's going to force a 4th and 4 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Not off to the best start right now. Why is the Super Bowl early this year? You know what? I don't blame you, Brandon. When my wife asked me what time the Super Bowl started, I think I said something like, 5 o'clock Pacific or something like that. It's usually a little like, I thought it was going to be a little bit later than it was. But every single year, yeah, he's right. It's like 4:30 every single season. Or 3:30. Crazy. Here comes the punt by the Bengals. And it's going to be fair caught just inside the 30. And that's going to be another offensive drive for the Los Angeles Rams coming up. Will Joe Burrow choke here? I don't know. That wasn't a good pass. I'm not going to lie. That wasn't a good it was a good target, but not a good pass by Joe Burrow. He had a wide open Chris Evans on the wheel and just overshot him, which would have been a huge first down. Checking out the commercials here. It looks like this might be HBO. Yeah, dude. I mean, guys, get excited if you're Chargers fans, right, man? Like, just the kind of plays in the big... Oh, this is Netflix. The kind of plays in the big things that Justin Herbert does, these are the kind of plays that win Super Bowls, right? So, yeah, the Chargers' time is coming, and I've been a fan a long time, since the days of LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates, Phillip Rivers, and I've been optimistic in the past, but... I've never felt this way before where I'm like, the Chargers are just this close to going to the Super Bowl. I've been optimistic in terms of them getting better in the past and competing in the playoffs. But as far as a team that can make it all the way to the big game, I think this is as close as I've felt since 2006. And that's a big deal. And a lot of it has to do with Justin Herbert. The money that we've got and the draft capital that we got, this team, there is no reason why this team isn't going to or shouldn't load up this season and go for the big one. I think this could be the year, man. And we've seen teams, adopt this mentality. One of them's playing right now and has the lead in the Super Bowl, the Los Angeles Rams. But, man, dude, I got a feeling, man. Chargers kind of turned a corner this season. I think they're about to turn an even bigger one, focusing on that defense. Because, to truth be told, I want Devontae Adams, right? I want David Njoku. I want a solid right tackle. I want that even a new running back, a third down running back, or a bruiser, right? But truth be told, I think as long as we got Justin Herbert, he's going to make whoever's on that offense shine. You're going to go out there, you want to bolster that defense best you can, which already has some good pieces, Joey Bosa, Derwin James, etc., Asante Samuel, etc., etc. You bolster that defense, I think good things about to happen. Absolutely. Who's losing? Right now, it's a tight score, 7-0, but the Bengals do, or the Rams do have the ball right now. They do have the lead, 7-0, as you see at the bottom of the screen there. Defense has drastically improved this offseason. That's what I have. Yeah. If anything, the Chargers should be, like, I would say resource-wise, you're talking draft picks and team cap and stuff like that. I would say the Chargers need to use 70 to 75% of their resources on defense this year. Lots of turnover this year, trying to make that defense better. We do need playmakers, but I do think Justin Herbert elevates every player on that offense, right? The biggest playmakers I can see the Chargers can add to the offense on the cheap. I guess Mike Williams is going to be expensive, but get David Njoku and get a decent right tackle, and then a very cheap third down or bruiser running back. After that, focus everything on the offense. Here comes a reception for number 18. I think is that Skowowski? I don't know how to pronounce his name, man. He's gonna pick up a couple of yards there for the Rams. 2nd and 5 coming up. Do you think Herbert can win MVP next year? Yeah, absolutely. I think he was very close this season. Had he made the postseason, I think he would have won MVP. The dude has almost 10,000 yards in his first 2 seasons. Like, he's absolutely insane, and I think everybody knows that. And they're just waiting for him to break the mold, break the surface film of making the postseason before handing him that honor. I think he's very close. Here comes your 2nd and 5 by the Los Angeles Rams. In motion's number 25. I think that's Sony Michel. And they're going to call the play dead for a flag. Delay game on the Rams. It's going to force a 2nd and 10 coming up. Spend 90% of the cap on defense. I understand that. But you got to take a look at, like, the amount of resources that we've got. 11 draft picks, right? 90% of that, you're talking, 9.5 draft picks, 9 and a third draft picks. Like, I think that's definitely possible, but at the same time, I do think, 3 out of 4 positions that you address as offseason, 3 out of 4 need to be defense. But the positions that you do address in offense got to be big ones. Right tackle, tight end, wide receiver. Big ones. And the Chargers got the money to do all this stuff. But I want big hitters, right? Big hitters on defense that'll make a huge difference. How do I feel about Latavius Murray? Hey, he's exactly the kind of guy I think that we're looking for. As long as he only costs a couple $1,000,000, that's what I'm looking for. We don't need a lot of money spent on a backup running back. What we do need is a big body. Latavius Murray, if he fits that bill, totally. I'd be all about it. 3rd and 7 coming up. Los Angeles Rams looking for a target, Matthew Stafford. He's going to hit number 12, Van Jefferson, for a couple of yards, and 4th and 3 will be coming up. They're just inside the 40. Do they decide to go for it from here? I'd have to imagine we're about to see a punt here in just a moment. If you guys saw my off-season video for halfback and offensive lineman, one of my top guys in that video was Darrell Williams of the Kansas City Chiefs. Not a flashy name. Totally get that. He's not going to be the guy that goes out there and takes over your number 1 position. But, hey, we don't need that, right? What we do need is to let Austin Eckler be that running back 1 and give him that complimentary piece to, run in between the tackles. That's kind of where I'm at. And I think he's a very cheap option. $2 million a season. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Here comes the return by the Bengals. Nice moves by number 11, bouncing around. And he's going to get tackled, I think, at the 30-yard line. And the Bengals will get another possession here. 2:09 left in the first quarter when we return. Love says, Director, would you rather be an NFL broadcaster or do your current job? Honestly, dudes, if you told me 3-4 years ago if I wanted to be an NFL broadcaster, I'd be intimidated. Like, yo, is it because I got a voice, or is it because, we're engaging, et cetera, et cetera? But I would be excited. I totally think I would take that job. But after doing this gig for the past couple of seasons, there's very little, few things that would pull me away from this gig. Just people have to understand how obsessed I am with the Chargers to understand why I made this channel to begin with. Every freaking moment of every freaking day, I'm thinking about the Bolts. I love football theory as well and how to make a team better, the moves that they can make. Some people call them pipe dreams. I call them different strategies, opportunities to get better, right? And this has given me an outlet to really let all that stuff out. And then on top of that, the cherry on top, is that really I've found so many people that, one, are willing to listen, but two, provide such a fun, engaging conversation for me to consume as well. So there's very few things in life that I would ever put this down for in order to go do something else, if that makes sense. This is an awesome gig. I love the people in the chat today, in the chat during the season, in the comment section. I think the biggest part that made it real for me is when I went to the Pittsburgh Chargers game in LA this last season. Got to meet everybody, shake their hands, party, throw a few back, toss a few. It was such a good time. It would be so hard for me to ever walk away from it. So to answer your question, I would rather do my job currently than be an NFL broadcaster. Crazy, right? Pretty crazy. Take over Tony Romo, you would do a better job than him. I'll say it. Most people don't share this sentiment with me, but I like Tony Romo as far as an NFL broadcaster. I think he's a fun dude, right? He's a little laid back. Some people don't agree with that. That's totally fine, though. We got a $5 holla coming in from BenderNet. Bender, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much coming in here. We're all hanging out here watching the Super Bowl. I'm missing all the trailers. I'm going to have to watch it again afterwards, but I've seen a couple of good ones so far. It's been a good time, man. Again, it's the first quarter. I'm halfway through this Guinness. There's a lot of Guinness too, man. I might have to get a refill here in just a minute. We don't want to be too off the wall today, but thank you everybody, Bethernet and Simmons and everybody coming in here showing some love during the Super Bowl. It's going to be a good time. It's a lot of fun talking Chargers football while watching the biggest game of the season go down, and just kind of observing what it takes to get to this point. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it exciting for me. I love a mental challenge, right? A puzzle, so to speak. How did these teams get here? How do we replicate that? And that's a big reason to watch every season. Here comes a good carry by Joe Mixon, busting through tackles just past the 40. And that's going to take us past 2 minutes in the first quarter. And the Bengals on the move near midfield. Richie Lloyd, good to see you, man. Kia ora. Kia ora, good to see you, brother. The thoughts on the Kyler Murray situation, there's two sides as far as my perspective on it. One is people are looking into it too much. And two is that we live in a digital media era, do we not? I think it could mean something. So it's more of a wait and see situation. But if I'm the Cardinals, I'm keeping a close eye on that. Here comes a bomb by Joe Burrow, and open is Jamar Chase, who almost takes it into the end zone. He's going to be tackled down inside the 5. Looks like they're going to call him down at the 10-yard line. Big play. Comeback player of the year to the rookie of the year, and the Bengals are within scoring distance now, down at the 10-yard line. What a catch by Jamar Chase. We all criticized the pick. We all said it should have been Penei Sewell, myself included. But you know what? The Bengals knew exactly what they were doing, drafting Jamar Chase in the first round to pair up with his quarterback, Joe Burrow from LSU. Nice play by Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. 1st and 10, Burrow looking, fires, and it's going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Nice play, yeah. Jamar Chase, what a catch. Watching from Green Bay here, Great Britain, not Green Bay. I see, you got me. Cheers, top of the morning, whatever you guys say. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, big play by Jamar Chase. We're looking at a 2nd down coming up here in just a moment. Can the Bengals punch it in and tie this score up with 38 seconds left in the first quarter? Here comes Joe Burrow tossing it. It's going to be in and out of the hands of Joe Mixon, and that's going to force a 3rd and 10. Honestly, dude, if you're the Bengals, you got to get some yards. Hope to get in the end zone, but do you take the points? I think statistically you have to, right? But the Rams, man, this is a tough defense to score on. Great offense by the Bengals, but a tough defense to score on too. I think I would take the points. Phillip Rivers for OC or quarterback's coach, man can dream. I mean, dude, that would be so sick. When are we going to get that one-day contract by Philly Rivs? Like, when are we going to get that? I need to see Phillip Rivers retire a Charger and get that flag hung up in the stadium. 3rd and 10. Oh! Just dropped by T. Higgins. He had it for a moment, but a big hit knocked it loose. Jalen Ramsey with the physical play forces the incompletion, and here come the Rams for a 3-point try. Oh! Big plays by the Rams defense, man. A little bit of holding on Jalen Ramsey's side. Refs let him get away with it. Jalen Ramsey tugging on the jersey of T. Higgins. Could have been called, but still a nice play by Jalen Ramsey. Cincinnati decides to take the points. It's going to be a score of 7-3 at this point. 7-3. I was scared Mixon was hurt for a second there. Yeah, he got back up. I thought the same thing too. He got back up. Serenity says, can we see the game? I wish we could, man, but if we showed the game, I mean, the best we can do. Move my head. If we did show the game, the channel will get shut down. But what we like to do is provide an additional commentary out here, get everybody in the same room, place to talk, chat about it here digitally. It's a good time. We've been doing this a couple of years, Chargers content specifically, but here we are with the Super Bowl today, and it should be a fun one, man. It should be a fun one. I'll do my best to commentate the plays as they come as well. You know, I'm no Tony Romo out here, but some people might see that as a good thing. Ramsey got away with that one. Yeah, I saw it too. A slight tug on the jersey of T. Higgins right there. It was a moment, but it would have been enough to draw a flag. Got away with that one. Yeah. If you guys have Peacock right now, fire up Peacock. You should be getting the game right now. Definitely. I got the sound working now too, ball. GG's. Top of the morning. So the Bengals, nice offensive drive, almost turned into a disaster there late, but they do put up 3 points, closing that gap a little bit. And here come the Los Angeles Rams with their next offensive possession. 28 seconds left in the first quarter. It's on NFL Game Pass for $1. Hey, I didn't even know that, man. If you guys haven't gotten NFL Game Pass yet, and I'm not even sponsored by these dudes, okay, so don't even start with that. If you haven't gotten NFL Game Pass yet, and it's only $1, do it. Even if it's just for the off-season content, that is one of my favorite things to subscribe to every single season. You know why? Because then I get to see the NFL Combine. I watch NFL Network almost every single day, and then I also got the draft and everything else covered for the year. So if you guys don't have NFL Game Pass yet, definitely go pick it up, dude. It's so worth it. I love it. And then you get all the other stuff too, like 30 for 30. You get all the NFL documentaries. It's just, if you're a football nut like I am, that is a good deal. I paid $150 for mine at the top of the year. $1, that's a good deal. I like it. Here comes 2nd and 11 for the Los Angeles Rams. Pardon me, guys. We're having a good time out here, right? We miss a play here and there every once in a while. Not too bad. It's going to take us down to the end of the first quarter. Keep an eye out for some fire commercials. Dude, if I suddenly go silent, if I just look like this, it's because the new something Star Wars is coming out as far as trailers, right? So if I go silent, that's what's going on. We're looking for Star Wars trailers today. I think a little birdie told me we might get an Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer today, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Right now I'm watching the sloth eat Doritos. Not the most engaging. How do you work the Yahoo Sports app? I only use it for fantasy. So I couldn't tell you. Just maybe try and download it, see if you can get the game on there. Free in the UK, no ads too. Hey, really? Not bad. That's a good deal. If you like the NFL, definitely grab the NFL Game Pass. I think that's such a fun thing to do. Honestly, dudes, I don't know if you guys heard about this. Breaking news. And I actually can't confirm if it's real or not. But I was reading yesterday that Disney Plus is interested in purchasing the NFL Sunday ticket, right? Who watches freaking DirecTV anymore? Satellite television. Come on, man. We're in the digital age. I ain't paying for some sweaty bald guy to come in my house and install freaking cable that I'm going to watch 2 channels of the entire season, paying an inflated price of like $300 a month. Get out of here. There's no freaking way. We're in the digital age. Why would I need that? I got Netflix. I got Prime. I got Hulu. You know? I think Disney Plus is starting to recognize that, and they want to bring football into their platform, of which they own ESPN and all that sort of stuff. Why not, man? They get freaking NFL Game Pass or whatever. If they get NFL Sunday Ticket on that app, gonna make a lot of football fans happy, man. No one wants DirecTV anymore, man. Is it 2005? No, we want digital content. Put it on Disney Plus. It's gonna make a lot of football fans' dreams come true, man. Don't get me wrong. I love NFL Game Pass, because I like all the extra content. But if I didn't have to bypass, with a VPN, it would make life a lot easier. That's what it's about. Football, the most successful sport in America. I guess you can, argue with baseball a little bit. It shouldn't be this hard to watch it. There's my rant for the video. Don't mention Boba because you haven't seen it. I'm not going to spoil nothing. You guys see my space in here? Maybe I'll move a little bit. You see that guy over there? I'm a big Star Wars nut. The last thing I would ever do is intentionally spoil something for somebody. All right? Now, don't worry about that. All I'm going to say is that it's good. It's really good. It's worth the watch for everybody. The season finale blew my mind. Have fun with it. Was that the new trailer for Jordan Peele's Nope? Guys! Hey, one's in the chat. If you guys started off with the OG Jordan Peele and Key and Peele, right? That is one of the best TV shows to ever grace network television. Key and Peele, still, I watch it all the time still to this day. That man is a genius. And when I heard that he was going to be this new, horror movie director superstar, it absolutely blew my hat off, right? I was like, there's no way. And then he comes out and he does Get Out and all those other movies. And I was like, man, dude, he's got a future. Jordan Peele, great filmmaker. Excited to see what he's got out there. Yeah, Juan, I hear you. And the Chappelle Show, yeah. Here comes Matt Stafford on 2nd and 11. He's going to overshoot Cooper Kupp by a lot. And it looks like the Bengals safety almost came down there for an interception just off of his hands. Oh, Eric Weddle. They're showing a replay. Eric Weddle's tackle on Joe Mixon. And it looks like Eric Weddle a little banged up. We're looking at a right shoulder injury, potentially. And they're putting, it looks like a compression vest on him to try and get that injury to stop nagging so he can continue to participate. We don't like seeing that. Former San Diego Charger and very dear to a lot of Chargers fans' hearts. Aaron. Here comes Matthew Stafford looking for a deep target. He's going to find one, and that's number 3, Odell Beckham Jr. He's at it again. Odell Beckham Jr. takes it all the way into Cincinnati territory. Man, oh man, are we about to see an Odell Beckham Jr. Super Bowl MVP card in Madden 22? You guys play Madden? I'm sorry, okay? Part of me is excited to see who gets the MVP. It's a vice, okay? I'm not going to go out there and tell everybody, hey, go play Madden Ultimate Team. It's a toxic game mode with toxic players, toxic development, all that kind of stuff. It's addicting, too, as far as, gambling and money and stuff, too. But, hey, I participate. I'm very smart with the way that I spend my money as far as that game mode. And I would be excited for OBJ getting the card. Okay. Here comes another pass by Matt Stafford. He's going to pass to the left side of the field, cross body. That's Henderson. And he's going to pick up a nice chunk of yards. The Los Angeles Rams now on the move inside the 20-yard line. The Cincinnati Bengals getting punched in the mouth right now as far as their defense. They got to come up with something to slow down Matt Stafford, apply some pressure. Trey Hendrickson, very underrated pass rusher this entire season, needs to get back there and help his team out as far as giving time. Hendrickson was in coverage that play. What are you doing? Rams, what are you putting that big man in coverage for? No way, dude. Get a DB out there. Run a little nickel dime, something. You shouldn't have your freaking defensive lineman in coverage with the running back. Here comes another carry by Henderson. And they're going to pick up a solid 5 yards, 2nd and 5 coming up. How's franchise mode? I'm still on Madden 25. It's a lot different. If you want a different franchise mode, then you go pick up Madden 22, right? I would wait for it to be on sale. I think it's about to hit the vault, if I'm being honest, right? It hits the EA Play vault in a couple weeks, couple months. I don't even know. Try it out, see if you like it. I mean, there's some things I like about it, but as a whole, I think 99% of us play Madden because they got the rights to all our favorite people, right? They got the rights to Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Derwin James, Joey Bosa, all that kind of stuff. That's the only reason we really play. Just wait till NCAA comes out, right? We'll be good. Wait till 2K. Wait till NFL 2K comes back. I think then we're going to have some fun. Rams are going to win. Bengals are just too young and inexperienced. It's possible. I'm still pulling for the Bengals. I like enough players on the Rams where it wouldn't bug me too much, but it's going to be a pain in the butt living in Los Angeles, right? If you live in Los Angeles and you're a Chargers fan, you're going to be butting heads with Rams fans everywhere. But I'm seeing a lot less Rams fans than I was expecting. I think it's going to explode after this season if they win the Super Bowl, of course. But when people talk about a lack of Chargers fans, me personally, I haven't seen a ton of Rams fans. Sure, you see them every once in a while, but Not as much as you would think the Kings of LA would carry on their roster as far as fans, right? I don't know. 7-3 or 7-3, 12:56 left in the second quarter. Rams have the ball just outside the 10-yard line. Odell Beckham Jr. with a catch and a couple of nice plays and a score in this game. Can he do it again? 7-3. Here comes Matthew Stafford on 2nd and 4. In motions is Van Jefferson. Here comes a carry. No, it's a play action. And wide open in the back of the end zone. That's your man, Cooper Kupp, for a Los Angeles Rams touchdown. Cooper Kupp, man. Hey, Chargers fans, don't get mad at me, okay? It's hard to hate Cooper Kupp. We're going to give him one. That's a touchdown! Cooper Kupp with the touchdown reception. Offensive player of the year. Great freaking player, man. Cooper Kupp, man, he's a miracle in football. How in the world does this man get so much separation every play? You never know. NFL 2K is the best game next to NFL Street 2. Hey, I feel you, but hey, you know how they do it out there in Great Britain. That's a good observation. You got the old Yankees approval here on the channel. Danny Fan, member for 10 months. He says, "Let's go Rams." Hey, you can't hate it, man. The Bengals just pitched it back on the return. That was stupid. You don't do that in the Super Bowl. They're going to get tackled. Oh, okay. It was a bad snap on the extra point, and that's why they were pitching it back. Trying to maybe pick up 2 points on the PAT try. It didn't happen. So it's going to be 13-3. That's your score. Still two score possession. Possession lead for the Los Angeles Rams. Chargers fans need to get rid of the narrative that Burrow is better than Herbert. It's obviously he's not. Yeah, I don't think Chargers fans, we need to be secure in ourselves as a fandom, right? That we know Justin Herbert is better. Obviously, Cincinnati fans are going to try and use these circumstances to prove that's not the case. I mean, we know it. Justin Herbert's historically got the 2 best seasons in NFL history for a quarterback coming into the league. We know it. It's fine. What you do, how you slay that is you kill him with kindness, right? Because it's hard to say you don't like Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. And there's some people I talk to about that, and they'll start bringing up the comparisons of like, oh, he's better than Justin Herbert. Then you stop. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're not worth my time, right? We're trying to all here appreciate the sport of football, the sport of NFL, right? Football and the superstars that have been born inside of it. I acknowledge that Joe Burrow is a cool cat. I enjoy watching him play. But if you start trying to sling some crap at me about not being as good as Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, this and that, I'm like, all right, it seems like a one-way street here. That's not the way I'm going to travel. You know, you can take your own back roads if you want. Opinions on soccer. My family is a big fan. Me, not so much. What's going on with The Sopranos right now? Hang on. I love The Sopranos. Why am I seeing The Sopranos opener? Who's this cat? Who's this chick? Is this a car commercial? Don't do this to The Sopranos, man. They're better than that. I think it's a car commercial. Dang it. No. Give me some more Sopranos. It's the Soprano daughter. They got her back for a commercial, and I got all excited. It's a freaking car commercial. Anyway, opinions on soccer. So half my family is Spanish, and the other half is Kiwi. So one half likes the rugby, the other half likes their football. So I've been exposed to it. I'll watch it, I guess, but I don't have no stake, right? NFL football, I'm the first person in my family to really kind of latch onto that. And that's a big reason why I started the channel, because I really had no one to celebrate with until I met my wife. My wife is from Alabama. Football is life out there, right? And that definitely made things easier. But yeah, dudes, it's all football for this guy. I don't want to take anything away from Joe Burrow. He had one amazing season in college, and he suddenly rose to the top of the draft boards. I think Herbert is better either way. Yeah, for sure, right? And I feel secure enough in Justin Herbert that I don't have to justify it, right? But at the same time, individually, I love Joe Burrow. Do I love him more than Justin Herbert? No. Do I think he's better than Justin Herbert? No. But I still appreciate your quarterback, Cincinnati. I think he's a good watch. I think he's fun. I think he deserves to be in this big game. For sure. This Juan says roll tide. That wouldn't fly in this household, man. She's all Auburn. Do I still have the sticker up? Yeah, the kid likes to play with the magnets on the fridge. I used to have an Auburn sticker back there on the fridge. She's all War Eagle in this household. War Eagle. Mathanian, good to see you, man. Happy football NFL Sunday. 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to sling it. Looks like Tyler Boyd with the reception. Going to pick up about 10 yards, but the Cincinnati Bengals, they need to close this gap pretty quick, dude. The Rams have such a good defense. If you can't get on the board quick, they're going to make it very difficult, and your drives are going to be a lot longer than you want them to be. The clock is going to start instantly becoming an enemy, right? We're sitting here at the top of the second quarter. You wouldn't think about that right now at this phase of the game, but that's what the Rams do very well. They make the clock your enemy. You got to not let it get to that point. Get on the board real quick. What happened to the Bears magnitude? Yeah, the kid likes to play with him sometimes. Here comes a 1st and 10 carry by Joe Mixon. Picks up a couple of yards. 2nd and 7 coming up. Danny Fans, $17 holla. Good to see you, Danny. Hey, big game. We got Danny. We got a couple of peeps in here, man. Tossing some love in the chat. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. $17 holla. I have to assume in honor of the number 17, Big 17 himself, Phillip Rivers. Hey, Danny, when are we going to get a one-day contract for Phillip Rivers? When are we going to see that one day retire as a Charger? Here's his jersey up and Chargers infamy forever in the stands. Like, when are we going to get that one-day contract? I think it's time. Thank you so much, man, for the $17 holler. Really appreciate it, dude. Good to see you, man. Happy NFL Super Bowl Sunday. 2nd and 7, Joe Burrow slings it. Middle of the field, that's Jamar Chase. Picking up a nice chunk of yards there. I'm going to say about 11, 10 yards. It'll be a 1st down midfield for the Bengals. Would you rather take OBJ and lose Keenan or take Von Miller and lose Joey? You don't have to lose nobody in either one of those scenarios. OBJ, I think he's going to stay with the Rams. He already said that he's going to take a price cut or whatever to stay with that team. But we've already heard that Von Miller is leaving the Los Angeles Rams after this season. So the Chargers could easily pick him up with the kind of money that they're going to be able to spend this season. So I would take Von Miller and Joey Bosa. Here comes a nice carry by Joe Mixon. Stiff-arming one, man, picks up about 15 yards, and the Bengals are back on the move. You gotta get away with this, at least a touchdown here, man. You gotta get a touchdown here. You've got to get a touchdown here. Bring it within one score, Bengals. 2024 makes 30-year Super Bowl drought for the Chargers. It'll be the year for them. It could be. I honestly think 2022 is going to be a big year for the Chargers. It's all about timing. And I've talked about this a lot. We'll talk about it again here at halftime. 1st and 10 for the Bengals. It's another carry by Joe Mixon. He hits the outside, and Aaron Donald gets an arm on him. It's going to be a pickup about 4, though. So long as Spanos doesn't cheap out. Guy got a few lawsuits to pay off. Yeah, he does. Now, I got to say this, okay? No one likes Dean Spanos. The dude's no good for football. However, we have to separate what we think the NFL owner does versus what GM and head coach does. Some people say they don't spend money because they got to spend out of pocket, right? $200 million is nothing to this dude. Dean Spanos, this team is worth, what, $20 billion, something crazy? It's pocket change. And $200 million goes towards making you more money in the long run. So in terms of being cheap, I think it's more about being a coward. You got to make that big moves.
Can get a bit lonely in northern Sweden when you are an NFL fan. Thank you for your community I can be a part of. Heart.
More Athenian. The in-season nightmare in the NFL in our Directors Fantasy Football Championship, dude. Crazy year from Marthanian. 200 SKK dollar holla. Really appreciate me, Marthanian. And you know what, dude? Again, I've met so many European fans through like friends of friends and stuff like that too. I don't know if you know this. I used to host a Madden show with this guy out of he's from Australia. He was in, at the time, Estonia. And there's a lot of NFL fans out there, man. You definitely wouldn't notice it. You wouldn't expect how many NFL fans come out of across the pond, right? So I'm honestly, it's just awesome. I'm glad that we have a place that everybody can come to and just, hang out and chill out and have a good time with the Chargers. And definitely, dude, really appreciate you, Morthini, with the 200 SEK holla. Really appreciate it, dude. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Chargers fan for life. However, football is more than just a game. It's the best fans ever. For real. I'm very blessed to be part of such an awesome fan organization here at the Chargers. Here comes another down here for Joe Burrow. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10. Just inside the 20. Here comes another carry by Joe Mixon. Nice patient maneuver to the outside. He's going to pick up about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up. Nice play. Thank you so much, Martini. Again, I appreciate it. Everybody out here, man. Really appreciate the love. Random Super Bowl Sunday stream. We got loves coming in today, man. I really appreciate it. Just give the ball. Some of these last couple of comments, I'm like, really like, should I say something? I don't know. No comment. Good move. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Cincinnati Bengals. You guys have got to score a touchdown, dude. Do not let these guys get too far ahead of you. No way. Joe Burrow slings it just underneath. It's going to be Joe Mixon. Picks up a couple yards. 3rd and 2 coming in. Rex B, $20 holla. Let's go, bro.
Director, I appreciate what you do for Charger Kingdom. You have my support, bro.
Rex, thank you so much, man. You guys, people think I don't notice, but as like the off season, it gets pretty lonely on the channel sometimes in comparison to how big and extravagant the regular season is. Things drop off dramatically. I notice the guys that stick around for the off season a lot, man. I see you, Rex, see Morthini, I see all you guys. Really appreciate it, man. Lots of Chargers content this off season to get to, dude. Really appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Rex. Appreciate you so much. 3rd and 2. Underneath throw. It's Jamar Chase. Chase picks up the first down. Little more. Out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cincinnati Bengals. Rex, thank you again, man. You guys out here, dude, thank you. I mean, honestly, we took the jump into this channel as a full-time gig, a couple years ago now? And I was really nervous about it. But you guys, like the fans, the community, the supporters of the channel, you guys have come in. Even just like crew members, you know what I mean? Subscribers, these guys, everybody comes in to really rally together and make my content possible. So I really do appreciate everybody's support. And you know, today here in the Super Bowl of all places, like I thank you guys, really do appreciate it. The off season really rough. Every year I don't know if we're gonna make it, if we're gonna survive, you know, another week. You guys always come to the rescue, so I do appreciate it, man. Thank you. 2nd and goal coming up here in a moment after a couple yard gain by Joe Mixon. 6:24 left to play in the second quarter. Thank you, Mouse God. Thank you, Rex. Thank you, Juan. Would love to, really want to experience NFL game for real. Oh, you guys are asking between yourselves as far as European fans. Yeah, guys, get to a game, right? Get to a game. It's one of the once in a lifetime experience. Go to a Chargers game too. No, it's expensive. Joe Mixon's about to pass, and he's gonna hit T. Higgins for a Bengals touchdown. Yo! Big plays. Joe Mixon tossing the rock, picks up the first down and more. He can't turn touchdown to T. Higgins. Yo, Joe who? Mixon's got more touchdown passes than Joe Burrow so far this game. Yo, what a freaking play design. Touchdown T. Higgins. Thrown by Joe Mixon and not Joe Burrow. Crazy trick play. Hey, we see at least one of these every Super Bowl, right? Whether or not they're successful is a different story. These are the Philly special, right? None of us expected that to work. It worked. Here comes another good play by the Cincinnati Bengals. Trick play, 13-10. They close the gap. That's exactly what you had to do if you were a Cincinnati Bengal. Go out there, close the gap. It's now 13-10 with 5:47 left in the first half. Good play. Good game so far. Let's go, Mixon. Let's go. Mascot says, aside from your draft and trade content, I'm looking forward to your hype videos. Ooh. Dude, the hype videos is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to start a channel. They take so much time, you know, and I don't make a cent off of them because the biggest thing, the secret recipe to a good hype video, yeah, is you got to get the right song in there, dude. You got to get the perfect song to tell the narrative of your team in the last season, the emotions that these players carry with them in that narrative. And the most of the time, it's going to be a song that I personally do not own the rights to. Imagine Dragons, you know? I can't do this. So I can make the video, but I can't make a cent off of it, right? All it does is provide the hype. And if I could do that every single day, I would. We also have to make sure we keep the lights on around here. But you guys, you can expect a couple hype videos out of me every single season. They're like my favorite thing to do on this channel. And I look forward to them every single year. So my next hype video I have slated for just after the draft. It'll be a good time. Joe Alexander with the $5 holla says, is it hot? It is hot here at the game. It's sad to see the wrong LA team in here. Have a good stream, Big D. Dude, Joe, are you at the Super Bowl? Yo! Can we all come crash at your mansion? I heard these tickets are going for like 6 G's a pop. That's crazy, man. Enjoy your day, dude. That's blessings right there, dude. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much for popping in here, dude. Amidst the Super Bowl? Get out of here. Maybe he's at a bar or something. I don't know. That's crazy, Joe. Have so much fun, man. Thank you. Thank you. 28 London games? Yo! Honestly, like, is there any stupid reason to travel? But, like, I was talking to my wife about it. My wife? I don't know. I was talking to somebody about it. About how I would love to go to London to go to a game. And that's such like an American thing to say, right? I've never been to London. I almost went a couple of years ago for work, and that fell through at the last moment. But why not go for the culture enrichment, right? To experience the world and what it has to offer. Nah, man, I want to go see the Chargers play across the pond in Europe. That's what I wanted to do. That's crazy. 6K for the nosebleeds, Hugo. It's nuts. It's nuts. And honestly, I would have been heartbroken if the Chargers ever make it to the Super Bowl. I want to go so bad. I don't think I would have been able to afford it. There's no way. There's no way I would have been able to afford to go to the game. That would have been heartbreaking. I don't know. We'll see. It would be so tough to watch the game without you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Especially a game that big. It's been so tough. Hope you do live chats during the offseason. Yeah, totally. I think we got a series I think we got planned out to get some more involvement live with the community, because there's gonna be a lot going on this offseason, dude. This is a very, very important offseason. I want to make sure that everybody has their input well represented as we go through it. It'll be fun. We'll be here. I'll be here. I ain't going nowhere. I like going live as often as I can. It's a good time. 13-10 is your score. Here comes the Los Angeles Rams for their next offensive possession. It's a carry for Cam Akers. Plows forward for a solid 6-7 yards, and we're looking at second down. Just inside the 30, or outside the 30. Anyone know what time the halftime show is? It depends on when the first half closes up. 5 more minutes of game clock. Here comes Matthew Stafford tossing it underneath. It's Van Jefferson who's going to pick up a lot of yards after the catch. Takes a big hit by Wilson from the Cincinnati Bengals. And it'll be a first down outside the 40. Joe Alexander says, the story behind the tickets is crazy. I got some free ones from the Chargers because they messed up my original tickets for the game. Yo! Joe getting the blessings from the Chargers org. Let's go, dude. Joe, hey, dude, go enjoy the game, man. Come tell us all about it in the next live stream. You got to promise me you're going to come back and tell me this story. Soak up the Super Bowl, man. Have just an awesome time. Congratulations, man. Blessings. Enjoy your day, dude. Enjoy. That's so cool. Much love. Here comes a carry for Akers. Picks up a couple of yards. 2nd and 9 coming up. That's awesome. That's crazy, dude. Those tickets, man. It makes me want to buy tickets well in advance, right? Do they even go on sale before the season, like a normal game? Or do you got to pick them up after the opponents or the matchup is announced? I've never looked. I've never thought to look. It'll be crazy. Like, sometimes it's like if there's 2 teams playing that aren't the Chargers, I would rather go to even a dinky Chargers game and see my team play than the Super Bowl, if that makes sense. If it's the Chargers playing, then definitely try and figure that out. Here comes Matthew Stafford slinging it underneath, and Odell Beckham Jr. in and out of his hands. And Beckham's looking at his right knee. Oh, Beckham, non-contact injury. He might be out. Non-contact injury for Odell Beckham, looking at that right knee. Or might be looking at an ACL. I don't know. You never like to see those non-contact injuries. Those are usually pretty bad. Could be a hammy, but it looked like a knee, not a thigh. It looked like a knee. A 3's in the chat, man, for our dude OBJ. I don't. You never like to see that, but I like OBJ. I like him a lot. Yeah, that sucks. I hope it's not an ACL. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like an ACL. But hopefully he just sprained it or something. Because he landed on it and then he went down. Right? That's usually what indicates that. Yeah, I don't like that. There are a crazy amount of Chargers fans in Mexico. I wonder how much Vato has to do with that. You guys remember that special that was it the Chargers? God, I forget the name of the show. It's been a couple years now since it was airing on YouTube. They did a special on Vato going out there and rallying for the Chargers with his family and all that. I wonder how much he has to do with that. Charles says, my buddy's at the game. He went for the experience, not so much for the teams playing. $6,300 a ticket, but he only paid $128 for parking. That's nuts. That is nuts. Stabbed himself with the diamonds in his cleats. Did you guys see that, though? I don't like that. I get it. He can afford it, but he put a stupid amount of diamonds on his cleats. Is that even allowed? That's crazy. Who do I think's going to win? I think the Rams are going to win, but I'm pulling for the Bengals. What's Mrs. Director up to? She's working the Super Bowl today. I don't know if you guys heard. We bought a food truck last week, right? It's actually almost finished. We're going to get it delivered this either tomorrow or the day after. And it's a little nerve-wracking, right? We're investing a lot. They're investing a lot, but we want to make sure we set our kids up with something. You know what I mean? I'm a first-generation American on the one side of my family, right? And we don't really have roots, right? And so I want to make roots for my kids, and this is one big way to do it. Started with the YouTube, now we got the food truck, and it's very nerve-wracking. But she's making some extra money to help give us a little runway, right, financially, while we're getting that truck up and going. But it's nerve-wracking. Lots of money on the line. That laugh should say it all. But it'll be fun. My mom opened one up a year ago. Very successful. So we're going to try and follow that same blueprint. Dudes, looking at that replay, it looks like it's an ACL injury. I'm not going to lie. OBJ probably out, and he could be questionable to return in 2022 this season. That did not look good. That did not look good. 3rd and 9 coming up. Matthew Stafford hits his tight end, number 88. I know it's not Higbee. Who's the backup out there? Hopkins. Hopkins is the name. But the Rams are down a big player in Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah, he's probably done. That's too bad. That's too bad. Peter Broadway, thank you for the sub. Remember how many people wore Luis Castillo's jersey when he was on the team despite him being Dominican and not Mexican? Yeah, I mean, dude, there's a lot of... I remember him being on the Spanish cover for Madden. You guys remember that? The Spanish Madden... God, what year was it? It's like Madden 6, 8? I don't remember. He was on the Spanish cover. I saw that too when I went to EA to do some stuff. I signed a thing, so I can't say much about it, but I went there to do some stuff. And they had all the Madden covers on the wall. And I was like, hey, look at that, man. There's the one Charger. GG's. We hope nice tight end pickup for the Chargers. Yeah, I'm really pulling for Njoku. I think Njoku could find a great season, a great career, if he can play with Justin Herbert. 1st and 15 after the false start for the Rams. Here comes Matt Stafford looking. He's going to try and buy some time with his feet. Not going to happen. We're looking at a 2nd and 15 coming up for the Rams. 2:46 left to play in the first half. Odell's in the locker room right now. Dang. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Hang on. Let me text my brother really quick. All right, 2nd and 15 coming up. Cam Akers takes the carry. He picks up a couple yards. What are you doing, Rams? I would have set up a screen right there if I'm being quite honest. Trying to get more yards to make your life a little easier on 3rd down. Instead, it's 3rd and 14. Yeah, I don't know what the Rams are doing there. You like chicken as tight end 1? Hey, dude, I'm all about that. I seriously am, but I do think that the Chargers need to get another body in there. I think chicken parm, perfect tight end 2. You run him on the left side. You want yourself a nice tight end 1, 2, maybe an Njoku. see how both those guys play. Matt Stafford is going to toss it deep, and it's intercepted by the Cincinnati Bengals with the 2-minute warning, and all timeouts are going to have a shot to go back and tie this thing up, possibly even take the lead. That's an interception by number 30, Jesse Bates III of Cincinnati. And the Cincinnati Bengals are going to have the ball on the 20-yard line when we're back from Super Bowl 56 commercial break. Dude, how good of a play by Jesse Bates. Don't know what Matthew Stafford was doing, trying to get his guy to run a little bit deeper, but not quite enough air underneath that ball. Gets picked by number 30. Good play by the Bengals D. You really want to see Stafford loft Lombardi? Well, like Tom Brady did? Just treat that thing like a pigskin? I don't know, man. I felt a little disrespected by that. I was like, hey, man, he's rich. He can do whatever he wants, right? Nah, man, that's a symbol of this sport. It's a sacred symbol of football. Don't toss it. I really want to see the... we need fast receiver. Yak Monster would be nice. You know what? I've been putting this video off, and people have been asking me about it, right? I think I'm going to make another video about... Ross, right? John Ross III. I need this man on the Chargers, dude. He's not going to cost hardly nothing. He made some big plays for a team that really didn't utilize him in the New York Giants. Get this man on the Chargers, dude. What are we doing out here? John Ross with big arm, Justin Herbert. All we really need this dude to do is run go routes, and he's going to get behind that defense. My bro's coming in here with another topper right here is what we'll call it. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. All we need from John Ross is to run go routes. You guys want to see how to pour a Guinness here live on camera? Kind of put it down there. Straight upside down. Make sure you always drink this in a glass, right? And what's important is that you don't go digging in right as soon as the drink is done pouring, right? You want to wait for that foam to fall. If you start drinking it, you're going to get a whole bunch of a nasty foam that you don't want, right? So you make sure that's all topped off right there. Okay, that's good. If you want to fish out the little ball, like a little ping pong ball afterwards, you do that. And then you place the drink down. You see this? It's a beautiful thing, actually. I'm going to put it on camera. You're going to see this nice texture, this pattern as it falls. And once it's all settled, you can dig in. That is how you pour Guinness at home. Anyway, John Ross. I think you keep Jalen Guyton, and you add another speedster. The season that we had Jalen Guyton and not Stevie Johnson, Tyron Johnson, how many deep touchdown passes did we see from Justin Herbert? A lot more than we saw this last year. You got to add another guy back there. And I think John Ross, as rocky as his career has been, he's the fastest. Is he still the fastest player to ever run the 40? He would cost almost nothing too, dudes. Like literally under $5 million, probably like $2, maybe $1.5 million, like a season. Like there's literally no risk. Get the fastest football player in the combine history to come play with Justin Herbert. Just do it. Zayn says first time watching you. Hey, by the way, that bit of information was for my 21 and older viewers only. All right, you guys know who you are. There's some sort of penalty going on right now. A non-uniform person jumped on the field, so they got themselves a penalty. Here come the Bengals starting inside the 10. Nice reception there to Uzama. It looks like we got a 2nd and 5 coming up. Emmanuel, you need something, bro. Yeah. We've been saying that this whole time, too. Yahoo, Peacock. These are the places to go if you want to watch the game live. This is a place where you can come talk about the game live while we're all here as football fans. Uzama going to pick up 6 yards and a first down. He was kind of questionable to start this game early, did he not? Now he's going to pick up a first there. And you got a minute 12 to go down. You got to what? You got to go 80 yards. You got to go 80 yards to score a touchdown. Got to get some big plays in there. Start burning those timeouts. You got 3 timeouts and a minute left. Don't go into the locker room with timeouts in your back pocket. Start spending those. Joe Burrow running for his life. Looks like Von Miller got free. He's going to toss it out of bounds. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10 coming up. 55 seconds left. You know, you got to open up that field, man. I get it. You want to target that sideline. The Rams know that. Try and find somebody open in between. Open anywhere, really. Dude, this guy who drew the penalty for the Bengals, he's on the sideline. He shouldn't even be in that. He shouldn't even be on that bench anymore, dude. Send his butt in the locker room. Get him out of there, dude. I can't believe he did that in the big game, in the Super Bowl. Oh, tragic. Joe Burrow is going to find the sideline. It's going to be Tyler Boyd who picks up about 4. Again, dude, if you're the Rams, that's all you're doing is covering that sideline. Bengals, you got 3 timeouts and 48 seconds left. Open up the field. Get that first down. That should be your main objective. If you can get down there in the 35-yard line, at least give yourself a chance at a field goal. You got that awesome, kicker out there. Give yourself a chance. Use those timeouts. That's so bizarre. Who was that guy? I don't know. Was it some dude's roommate? Like, why was he running out there? Makes no sense. He shouldn't be nowhere near that sideline anymore. Ben Affleck, Jenny from the Block, Emmett Smith out there showing all the celebrities in the audience right now. Says, what did he do? I missed it. Dude, there's some random guy on the Bengals bench ran onto the field after that touchdown. It cost him like 10 yards after the interception. Like some random dude. You can't do that. Joe Burrow's going to get sacked. Who is it? Number 54. That's Leonard Floyd, who's going to get the credit for the sack, and they're going to have to kick it away. Leonard Floyd. Big play right there. It's going to leave... that's not good, though. It's going to leave the Rams with about, 30 seconds, 1 timeout, but they're going to get the ball probably within the 20, 30-yard line if it's a good punt and there's not a crazy return. That was a bit of a mistake. Do you think the Rams are going to win? I think the Rams are going to win, but I hope the Bengals win is where I'm at. If Chargers fans... I get it. There's a reason not to want Joe Burrow to win this game. But just think about it, man. These Cincinnati fans have been pulling for this team for, 3 decades without a playoff win. This is their day, dude. I hope they get themselves a ring tonight. I really do. The Rams paid that guy. Okay, here comes the return. It's going to be fielded at the 30, and the Rams are going to have the ball at the 42-yard line. This was the danger. The Rams got a timeout. They need 20 yards to kind of get in field goal range here? You got a timeout. You got 30 seconds. A couple of plays. You could be looking at a 16-10 score. I didn't like what the Cincinnati Bengals did in that last drive. Too much time left on the clock for the Bengals. And a good starting field position for the Rams. Here comes a Matthew McConaughey commercial. Yeah, he's all about those car ads now, isn't he? I want Justin Herbert to win, but not the Raiders. You got my blessing. The Lions wasted most of Stafford's career, too. That's what's so tough about this game. I think... as a whole, I want the Bengals fans, the guys who have waited decades, literally their grandchildren born in this generation between the last playoff win, right? I want them to be able to have their day. But there's also other guys like Matt Stafford, Odell Beckham, who scored a touchdown and then went down, Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, Von Miller, these guys that I do like and respect as football players that I would love to see them get in. And Cooper Kupp probably among all of them on the top, right? It's tough. I love a lot of Rams players. I don't like the Rams because, LA is the Chargers city. But I think I like Joe Burrow. I like Jamar Chase. I like a couple of their players, but I like the fans a little bit better, Cincinnati. So I don't know. It's tough. Has the Lord of the Rings trailer been shown yet? Marthunian, are you telling me that there's a full-blown trailer being aired today for Lord of the Rings? The Amazon TV show, The Rings of Power? Because I will go silent and I will freak out with you guys if we see anything Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. We already saw Moon Knight, which was pretty cool. But man, dude, that looks so solid. Oh, I'm so stoked for that show, man. I am so stoked for that show. It's going to be a good one. Wentworth needs the ring most of all. Yeah, dude. That guy is what, like 40? He's an old dude, still out there. And he's still one of the better, like, left tackles in the game, which is nuts. He's not quite Joe Thomas, but he's up there, right? He's one heck of a football player. What you've heard they're going to show it today? Oh, again, little birdie told me we might see Kenobi today too. Can you imagine? Oh man, I want to see Kenobi trailer so bad. Why are they holding out on us? It comes out in like 2 months. Here comes Matt Stafford. Nice deep pass, and he was interfered with. We might see a flag. No flag. Henderson should have drawn a flag right there. That could have easily been pass interference. They're replaying Odell Beckham Jr.'s injury. Yeah, that's got to be an ACL. He tore that same ACL in 2020. They're thinking it could be an ACL again. That would suck, dude. That might end his career, if I'm being honest. That'd be tragic. I hope not. I hope it's not an ACL. 25 seconds left. Stafford's going to hit the sideline. Who is it? Cooper Kupp. Coop, get out of bounds. What are you doing, dude? They're going to have to spend their timeout now. They're going to have to spend their timeout. Cooper elected for the yards after the catch when he really should have stepped out of bounds. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Rams. What's up, Noodle? Beckham has a torn ego. Hey, man, I get it, okay? Dude was punching some football nets, some kicking nets. Dude was having some temper tantrums back in his time with the New York Giants, but I think he went through a lot of growing pains in Cleveland. I still hate that he's got purple hair and he's got diamonds on his cleats. Like, damn, that's not the kind of football player I look up to. But I like his story enough to be like, all right, dude, I hope he's got a nice close to his season. Not the most mature football player, but I think he's come a long way since New York. Happy birthday, user. If you're the Chargers, you could pick between Aaron Donald or Tyreek Hill. Who would you take? Aaron Donald. No way I'm taking Tyreek if Aaron Donald's on the field, man. For sure. Taking Aaron Donald all day. Here comes your 3rd and 1 for the Rams. They're going to have to target the sideline, having used their last timeout. And he's going to go deep. He's going to go way deep. Van Jefferson. No flag. 12 seconds left. It's a 4th and 1. You're better off punting it away and coming back second half. Who started the drive? I think it was the... Who started the game? I think it was the Rams, right? I think the Bengals get the ball back. I think the Bengals get the ball second half. Chris would take Hill. I get that. I also think that, like, the Chargers got, hopefully we keep Mike Williams. We got Keenan Allen. We got a couple other good guys on there. But, like, that defense, Joey Bosa needs some help, man. It's just imagining Joey Bosa and Aaron Donald. Wow. That would be disgusting. That would be disgusting. Rams started, Bengals. Yeah, okay, I feel you. So the Bengals should get the ball here in the second half. Deferred. I knew what you were going to say there. I knew. Donald hinted at retirement if the Rams win the Super Bowl. What? No way he retires. How old is he? Like 29? No, I hope he doesn't. Aaron Donald, one of the best players of our generation. I would hate to see that. Quinn Got Swag says, did you know Dean Spanos is getting sued? Yeah, couple sources saying the same thing, Quinn Got. He got sued by his sister. I don't know. I think that kind of got flushed down the toilet. His nephews now at this point, and the city of San Diego. If there's one thing I do not support when it comes to the Los Angeles Chargers, it is Dean Spanos. Not a big fan. Joey and Nick Bosa would be hot too, man. I can't believe I missed the Doctor Strange trailer. They didn't show that yet. I think I would have noticed the Doctor Strange trailer. If not, you'll find it on YouTube for sure. Did they already show it? They've already shown one. All right, at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. If you stay after the credits, they show the trailer there too. It's already on YouTube. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. I feel you. Guys, give me just 1 second here. We're going to take a quick restroom break. Second half of the Super Bowl is about to kick off here in about 15 minutes. Your Super Bowl halftime show is about to kick off here too. I don't want to miss that. So we'll be right back here after a word from our sponsor, ExpressVPN. Keep in mind, NFL Game Pass, $1 right now. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, okay, guys? Because we've got a serious problem. One I know almost each and every one of you struggle with every single year. How do I watch football? I simply want to watch football. Okay, let's Google it. I mean, look at this. Why does it have to be so complicated? NBC Sports, Sunday Ticket, Fox. Of course, I could just sign up for satellite TV for like 70 plus bucks a month. Then I could add a sports package with a hefty price tag of like 300 bucks. Wait, no. There's another option, sports fans. One that I discovered last year. One that guarantees I can watch every game I want without the fear of blackouts or channel surfing. And its name is NFL Game Pass. Right, so you're telling me that there's a service that allows me to watch any game I want with Red Zone, NFL Total Access, condensed replays, and NFL original content like Hard Knocks and even more? This is it. This is the answer. This is what I've been looking for. Oh wait, except for one thing. You can watch all the games you want, but not live. But hang on, let me finish. There's a way around this. Using the NFL Game Pass in combination with this vital tool, a virtual private network, or VPN for short. Okay, I lost some of you guys, I can tell. Just wait. What is a VPN? Well, in layman's terms, it's a legitimate service that allows your internet connection to appear like it's coming from anywhere in the world. You see, certain apps and services are subject to a thing called geo restrictions. By using a VPN, we can bounce our signal from other parts of the world to grant us access to the NFL Game Pass to allow us to watch live games. But director, are we sure this is legit? Quick Google search, completely legal. We did it! Guys, this is the answer. This is what I personally have been using for the last 2 years, and I felt it was finally time to share this method. This is an awesome way to navigate the NFL season and one that I plan to use for the foreseeable future. And if you're like me and you want the best VPN provider out there, definitely check out ExpressVPN. I've tried a couple out. This is definitely the best one for streaming live NFL games. Now make sure you guys check out the link in the description to get 3 months off of ExpressVPN. And for a full and easy tutorial on how to set up NFL Game Pass using ExpressVPN, check out my tutorial video link in the description as well. Break the shackles of conformity and experience football the way it's supposed to be. It's football season, baby. No blackouts, no restrictions. And we are back. Super big shout out to our sponsor, ExpressVPN. I would highly recommend during the regular season to have ExpressVPN in conjunction with NFL Game Pass, as that allows you ultimate access to the games without NFL Sunday Ticket and stuff like that. So hopefully Disney Plus has NFL Sunday Ticket come this upcoming season. I don't know if you guys heard about me talking about that earlier in the show. There is rumors that Disney Plus will be adopting NFL Sunday Ticket in the year of 2023, 2024, possibly 2022. That would be huge as far as our campaign to move away from satellite TV and into the digital age. Quinn got swag coming back in with a $5 house as the Broncos are selling the team. Should the Chargers make a move? Make a move. Make a move. As far as selling our team too, I don't know, man. As far as I'm concerned, Chargers have very little to do with the selling of the Denver Broncos. But if we're talking about, hey, the Chargers should definitely look at selling the team. I mean, here's the rumor, okay? The rumor is that the Chargers were on sale, last season? It could still be a thing. But the number one candidate was Jeff Bezos. And although I'll say in terms of football, the team would probably have more access to cutting-edge technology and the financial resources and backing to make some big moves to help the team. Doesn't at all affect the cap. But But not everybody has a good opinion on Mr. Bezos. So, kind of have to weigh that out a little bit. But there it is. Thank you so much, Quagga, for the $5 holla. Amazon Prime Video already has the Thursday night game. Yep. They got the Thursday night game for Amazon Prime. NFL Sunday Ticket is basically in the U.S. If you guys are, we got a couple people in here from the UK, the European side of the world. Basically, the U.S. like package that you get to see every single game on Sunday, including Red Zone, which shows every Red Zone. It's a very fun package, right? The only problem is it's bundled with like a $200 a month satellite service, and then on top of that, the Sunday Ticket's like another $70-$80 a month. So it gets really, really pricey just to watch football on Sundays. We found a workaround a couple seasons ago, at least I did, as far as getting the NFL Sunday Ticket or getting the NFL Game Pass and then using a VPN to bounce your network over to the UK so you get access to all the live games. Otherwise, you don't. That's why I decided to adopt ExpressVPN as one of my sponsors to help people get access to the games without having satellite TV. So it's a long story short, pain in the butt to watch the games out here in the U.S., which shouldn't be a thing. It's one of the most popular sports in the country. It shouldn't be price locked behind all these ridiculous services. I think one service should be the king, and I think NFL Game Pass is that for right now. Hopefully in the future we do see Sunday Ticket adopted by Disney+. Appreciate you too, Jeff. Thank you so much. So who finishes in the basement of the division next year? If the Broncos don't go out and get a quarterback, it's going to be them. For sure. In my opinion, it's going to be them. It's got to be them. But the Raiders also in contention there too if they see any sort of drop-off. After so many changes this season, you never know. That Jeff Bezos was an April 1st joke, though. There were articles posting that he had bought the team on April 1st and that he was, finalizing stuff. But there was definitely talk about that before April 1st, about Jeff Bezos being interested in buying a team. And the Chargers were amongst the teams listed. So he could be interested in the Broncos. You never know. But he has been connected. So your Super Bowl halftime show is about to begin. I know we got Snoop Dogg and Eminem. Not quite sure of the other performers. Should be a good one. Red Zone's the only way to watch apart from early live Chargers games. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like ever since Red Zone came out, like in conjunction with fantasy football, that's really the only way I watch it. I also have like a tablet on the side with like how I used to do it before I opened this channel, where I would watch just the Chargers game and then NFL Red Zone. Either that or swapped it, right? Either Chargers game on the TV and then Red Zone on the tablet. Red Zone, like you can't not watch Red Zone if you play fantasy football. It's just too important. It's a lot of fun too. Grab Rodgers and win another Super Bowl. I hope not. Aaron Rodgers to the Denver Broncos is one of the most terrifying concepts if you're an AFC West division rival of the Broncos, because instantly they become a Super Bowl favorite, right? And that doesn't feel good. Like, because they already have a great defense. Their offense has pieces all over the place. It would be crazy. Here's one of those Super Bowl commercials I've been waiting to see, guys. Hang on. They got all the little CGI like versions of the NFL players. They popped out of the TV. Kids are going crazy. This is cool. This is funny. All these NFL players look like gremlins almost, and they're playing full contact football in the living room. This is great. After the game or after the while we're waiting for the halftime show to start, you guys check out this commercial on YouTube. It's hilarious. This is fantastic. Oh man, this is probably the best commercial I've seen so far today. You see Ray Lewis do his little dance on the stove. This is fantastic. Hey, shout out to you, Tony. Did you guys see any Chargers in that commercial? I thought I saw one for just a split second. Oh, this is great. Peyton Manning as a cartoon character is absolutely fantastic. A forehead you could land a jet on, man. Did you see Joey? I must have missed it. Walter, there's Joey Bosa. I see him. This is fantastic. And Andy Reid. Bravo. Best Super Bowl commercial of the year so far. I loved it. Oh, that was fantastic. Graham, yeah, playing with my emotions a little bit. That was great. Good freaking commercial. Here comes the Super Bowl halftime show. We'll be able to see the show here. No, particularly not the show. If I broadcast any sort of music, then I get the hammer real quick. The late great Walter Payton. Yeah, what a football player Walter Payton, man. You know what's funny? Like, I think I learned a lot about the history of the game because I didn't grow up watching football. I'm the first member of my family to really get into the NFL. I learned a lot about the history of the game and its players through Madden, right? Ultimate Team a lot, but like just they had these players come in so often. They play so good. I would look up their history and their stats and their impact on their teams. That was me. Here's Snoop Doggy Dogg, man. Very, very cool musical platform right now. Futuristic, like, cubicles and housing and stuff like that. Very cool. Very cool. Everyone smash the button. At least 348 likes. Make sure you subscribe. Hey, thank you so much, Tony. There's a real one right there. This is cool. I like this. Snoop Dogg out there with the Rams sweatshirt on. How many peeps we got in here today? Hey, we got like 300 people in here, man. GG's. GG's. Good times. Yeah, we're currently watching the halftime show. Snoop Dogg out here doing his thing. I can't wait to see Eminem. I grew up listening to a lot of Eminem. I'm sure a lot of people from my generation did too. It's kind of, I mean, like the design is really cool. It's like a street block, you know, like from Friday, but like they're all like super like white. All the buildings and such. Like a burger joint and like a house and like a cinema. I mean, it's a throwback. You can't smile at it. I thought Snoop was a Raiders fan for life. Snoop is just a fan of football in general, man. Did you guys know that Snoop Dogg coaches Pee Wee football and his team is named the Chargers and they got like the Chargers uniforms and everything? He loves multiple teams. Dr. Dre during the... Yeah, dude. For real. I like it. I can't say I hate it. I like it. But like the stage is a little cumbersome for everybody sitting behind them. Because there's all these buildings, right? And then there's a roof on those buildings. So the only people getting a good view of the show are us at home watching the broadcast. And then people sitting directly in front of them. This happened to me one time when I went to see Muse in concert, right? They put us up on these seats like behind the stage, right? And I thought we could look down on them. It was really cool. We were really close to the band, but they would be facing the wrong way. And I remember there was these pillars, right? Like these towers of light that came up out of the stage. And then the towers collapsed because they were made of like cloth with like a projector on them. And the towers, when they released the cloth that came down, and Muse was on these platforms that was rotating 360 in that concert. And we were like right there in front of them. That was super sick. That's where it worked out. In this concert, though, I'm not quite sure how many people are getting a good view of the game. Some very suggestive background dancers. You can't hate it. Here we go. 50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent, dude. He's here now, too. I thought they do this every Super Bowl. People pop in and out. Yeah, this is cool. I like it. Yeah, this whole thing's a throwback. I do appreciate it. It's fun. Honestly, it's going to put an age stamp on me. It reminds me of high school. Very cool. For those of you just joining us, we are enjoying the halftime show while we wait for the second half to kick off. So far, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, now 50 Cent making his appearance. Again, the stage is really cool, but you got to be like right in front of it to enjoy the whole thing. Mary J. Seems to be made more for TV than the people there. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It looks great on the broadcast. But if you guys have been to an NFL stadium, you know if you're not sitting in the right spot, you ain't going to see nothing. Sorry, Leo. I really wish I could show it. But we get hit by the YouTube regulations if we show any sort of copywritten material. This is more of an environment for people to enjoy and engage digitally while watching the game. Kind of funny. I honestly didn't think the channel would turn into anything like this when we first started. I was like, you guys want me to like watch the game with you guys? And we started, and it was just so much fun we didn't stop. A couple years going now. Good times. Did I see the Eclipse trailer? Did they show anything in the Super Bowl today about Eclipse? I've seen it. It was amazing. It's like 2 years out, though. 3? 2. Like 2 years. 2024. It's a ways out, but it looks awesome. I love that direction. I think they should totally pursue that direction. Hey, no worries, Leo. Little Mary J right now. We're waiting. I think a lot of us, man. I think a lot of us waiting for Eminem. Denver snags Rodgers and Adams because that's what life is. Yeah, it sounds more like Aaron Rodgers going to stay with the Green Bay Packers. Last I've heard that it sounds like he's going to stay in Green Bay. Halftime show isn't the best ever, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, I really do enjoy like the setup they got going on here. But again, it would be really annoying to watch in person. You see what, like 30,000 people sitting behind that stage, like missing out on the whole thing. What's my favorite dessert? Ooh, that's a tough one. Does it count as a dessert? Hey, shout out in the chat. If you guys know what Pelon Pelo Rico is, let me know. If that even counts as, I used to have that all the time growing up, man. That was my favorite. Bruno Mars was cool, yeah. All right, here we go. Tres leches. I'm trying to think, too. That's a good question. I don't know. I like tart, is what we'll say. I like tart. Where can you watch the halftime show? Hey, if you have a Peacock or Yahoo, I think it's available there. Who's my favorite Rams player? Aaron Donald, for sure. Cooper Kupp's going up there now. The Aaron Donald dude, that dude's a disruptor. Do you show the halftime on your live? No, unfortunately, we do not. We will get hit by copyright really, really quick. Again, for those of us, for those of you just joining us, this is a digital environment to enjoy the game and engage with other fans as we all watch together. Trust me, one day, maybe one day we can get the rights to come out here and show the games and stuff, but that's not the way YouTube works, unfortunately. Should the Chargers draft Jameson Williams? I've heard a lot about that recently, and it depends on what we do with Mike Williams. It does, but I mean, Jameson would offer some crazy good speed to the Chargers. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Bruno was so bad he had to be rescued by but Red Hot Chili Peppers, dude. Like, I'm sorry. those are one of my dudes, dude. I used to listen to them all the time in high school. Who was the Super Bowl halftime show when she came down on like a ball of light down into the stadium? I don't remember. It's been a while. Who's the one player you trade for the Chargers? And why is it K9? No, at first I didn't know what you're talking about, but yeah, it would probably be K9, unfortunately. Here comes Eminem. Dang, dude. I'm sorry. I really wish, like, there's one thing that's super gutting about the whole setup on YouTube. I wish I could enjoy the music with you guys. Favorite food's Chinese food. Bottom line, man. Love me some Chinese food, dude. Sushi, Asian food in general. That's my jam. Yeah, Eminem on stage right now, dude. It's a good time. Was it Lady Gaga? It sounds like a Lady Gaga thing. Yeah, that was a good halftime show, too. Yeah. Great Britain, I feel you. I mean, if you grew up in the same time as I did, Lose Yourself was on every playlist, no matter what. My least favorite food? Does it look like I'm a man that doesn't enjoy all sorts of concepts of cuisine? Least favorite? I don't know. I can't think of a food that I don't like. That's a harder question than fave. I guess I'm not the biggest Indian food fan, but there's some stuff that's banger. You know what I mean? But I don't eat it as often as I do other stuff. I think that's my answer. Yeah, Eddie, it's been a tough go of the Bolts as far as the postseason the last couple of decades. But man, dude, in terms of football, you got to say, like, as far as like percentage wise, how good of a shot do we got to make the postseason? Because after that, a lot of it's up in the air, right? The Chargers, statistically, in my opinion, have a really good shot to make it into the postseason, and from there, I think they can be competitors. But you never know, right? But in a long time, I haven't felt this way about the Chargers in a long time, statistically having a good shot, making it deep into the postseason. Director favors Chinese food. I like them all. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I will eat Chinese food any day of the week, right? That's my jam. But I'll eat anything, too. You guys see behind me? That's about the best I can do, unfortunately. Basketball team, yours is the Clippers. I don't really follow the NBA. I like the Jazz, though, if I had to pick one. I do enjoy seeing Snoop up there, though, man. He's a funny dude. Favorite team in the bunch, 2007 Charge defense led the NFL, 48 takeaways, 30 interceptions, 18 fumble recoveries. That's what I'm saying, Eddie. What if we go out there and we spend $50 million on that defense? We spend 9 out of 11 picks, 8 out of 11 picks on defense. Just completely transform that unit. Oh, how different will these Los Angeles Chargers look in 2022? Like, the resources we've got at our disposal are crazy, and it all lines up with a brand new head coach, second-year head coach after a winning season, that favors the defense. And he focused on the offensive line first, which just shows you how much foresight he had as far as the needs of this team. Now he wants to fix that defense. It's hard not to get excited. Chargers need defensive help desperately. I think we're about to get it. There's your 2022 Pepsi halftime show and your Super Bowl 56. Not bad. I've seen better, but not bad. I enjoyed seeing Eminem, Snoop Dogg. Who do you think the Chargers will get rid of or trade away? Again, they could trade K9. A lot of the get rid of candidates are probably just let walk. Chris Harris Jr., Linval Joseph, dudes like that. The only big cut that I can foresee for the Chargers in 2022 is Brian Bulaga, right tackle, who's played, 3 games since being picked up in 2019? Or 2020, pardon, in 2020. I don't know. I think that you get yourself a right tackle. As far as the offense, I want a tight end and running back too. Maybe a wide receiver will be really big if we let Mike Williams walk. But right tackle has to be like the one big signing you make on offense. The rest of it goes to defense. You got to fix that defensive line, edge rushers, cornerbacks, linebackers. To kind of, I love our linebackers now, but it's difficult to say. Is that Jim Carrey back as the cable guy? That's crazy. You didn't like the halftime show? It's not as good as I've seen, but I enjoyed the performers. Do you see the video of Snoop Dogg taking time to talk to Keenan Allen? Yeah, man. I mean, Snoop Dogg loves the Chargers. I know that people don't like him because he also likes the Raiders and he likes a lot of other teams, but he loves the Chargers, man. That's pretty cool. That was the best halftime show you've seen in years. Hey, man, again, as far as the performers go, that has more of my favorite performers than any other, right? But I've seen better presentation, if that makes sense. Either way, not bad. Good time. Eminem and Dre, the only good thing with the halftime. We had 50 Cent in there, too. He was cool. Shakira come back every year. I don't think anyone would be opposing you, man. What receiver do you think will sing this? What will we snag? That's what I think you mean. Honestly, the Chargers need to keep Mike Williams. I'm kind of at that point. If we have any shot at Adams, at Devontae Adams, sure, you got to take it. But I would elect to keep Mike Williams and honestly get a John Ross, just a speedster, to throw into that mix. Chargers offense looked better last year with Tyron Johnson. Do not know why we got rid of him. Just get a really fast guy back there to pair with those dudes. We'll sleep well at night, Ball GB. I think Snoop is an NFL fan, if that clears things up. He coaches he sponsors and coaches a Pee Wee football team, and he named him after the Chargers, gave him our jerseys and everything. But you'll frequently see him rooting for the Rams and the Raiders, the Ravens, a couple other teams in there too. He's all over the place. He's just a general football fan. Daylight halftime shows are more visually challenging. Yeah, for sure. That definitely is something to put into consideration. They didn't have the canvas that they did in years past with the Super Bowl being played on the West Coast. Yeah, that's a good observation. Hey! It's a pretty intelligent observation, I'm not going to lie. You have my respect. Cedric Merriweather. I like it. Chargers were way better than the 49ers. The 94 Chargers that went to the Super Bowl in 06, 07, 09 Chargers. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe I'm missing the point here, but in 94, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders, that Niners team was going to win the Super Bowl. They were way too stacked everywhere. Oh, my Lord. I mean, we had Junior Seau. Was it Stan Humphries back then, too? Like, we had some pieces. It was a very talented team, but my God, that Niners team was it's legendary. Those teams went on to have just, Hall of Fame careers. Crazy. Steve Simmons with the $25 says, I've watched the entire season through your channel. The interaction has been epic. Steve, thank you so much, man. Again, it's a two-way street. I appreciate so much having solid Chargers fans at my side throughout the course of a year. It feels great. Let's
I've watched the entire season through your channel. The interaction has been epic.
Thank you so much, Steve Simmons. Huge supporter of the channel, man, throughout the course of the entire season. It's always a good time. You guys really do help keep the lights on around here, man. Steve, thank you so much again, dude. Super happy to have you here in the chat with us. And so excited for the off season, man. What's crazy is that, yeah, the views are going to be pretty high during the regular season, obviously. That's when it all comes together. Chargers football is at its peak as far as excitement. But to me, I get almost equally as excited during the off season, man. Like, the possibilities The moves you could make, pretty much endless. You could do, your team could go from like the Cincinnati Bengals this last year, who are playing right now. Like, it could go from what were they, 4-win team last season? 6? I think it was a 4-win team last season to a Super Bowl contender if you make the right moves in the offseason. And I try to cover as many of the moves that I think make sense throughout the course of the offseason, from free agency to the draft and even past that in trades. I think it's a lot of fun. I think speculation is such a fun part of the sport. And to everybody that sticks around, man, I appreciate you. It's so much fun to engage and hear all these different opinions and inspiration of opinion. I think inspiration of opinion is a big part of this channel, you know, because I feel one way and I'll express it to you guys, and then I'll go through, read all the comments. You know, guys like Steve Simmons and Hugo and Marthinian and really just kind of see where the perspective lies. And Eddie, I read Eddie's a lot too. Are you still in here, Eddie? Yeah. I read a lot of Eddie's and stuff too, because it's great having different perspectives and angles of different situations to really guide your perspective to different possibilities. Whether it be better or worse, you want to have a full view. And that's why this channel exists, because I so much appreciate perspective. It really does widen and broaden your own perspective in terms of team needs and just a different way of viewing the sport. And honestly, it makes it that much more entertaining, because in the bottom line for me is that football needs to be fun, right? If you're not having fun, then what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, if you're making yourself miserable, go find something that makes you happy, you know? And that's what the give and take that you get with football. There are days that I want to jump off a bridge because we blew it or we didn't make the right move. But those epic lows are met with epic highs as well. And I always know I'm going to turn around and circle back to having just the most unbelievable fun I could have. And just throwing the fans in the chat in the mix just makes it that much more, I don't know, engaging for me. So thank you, everybody. Steve, thank you again. All the interaction, everybody. It's a two-way street, and I really do appreciate what you guys have turned my experience of being a Chargers fan into. It's been absolutely fantastic. Let's do a Madden tournament. I've thought about it. My schedule is so sketchy, and we just bought a food truck. It's going to get sketchier. I wish I could. I don't like to commit to stuff that I don't think I can deliver on. But, man, that would be so much fun. Been a miserable Chargers fan born in 06. Only thing I remember, 2017 season getting crushed by the Patriots. The only good moments I remember. I think the patience will pay off. There's a lot of people who've been fans. I know a guy, Gary. He's been a fan since 76, 79. And my God, he's been waiting a long time. I think his patience is about to be rewarded. We are back into the second half of football. Joe Burrow and the Bengals about to take their first snap of the second half. Joe Burrow's going to toss it deep down the middle of the field, and you're looking at T. Higgins, who absolutely uncovered, takes it into the end zone, and that is a touchdown, Bengals. The Bengals take the lead. First play in the second half. Unbelievable play. Joe Burrow to T. Higgins all the way to the house for a touchdown. Wow. What a move by Cincinnati to take the lead. 17-13 is your score. What happened to the cornerback in coverage? Who had T. Higgins out deep is the question. Sean McVay in utter disbelief on the sideline. They keep showing Jalen Ramsey. Was Ramsey the one that tripped up on that play? Wow. What a move. And the Cincinnati Bengals taking the lead. That was Jalen Ramsey who slipped. Oh. One of the best cornerbacks in football. We're taking a look at the replay right now. Looks like Ramsey's original assignment was on Jamar Chase. Zone coverage. He switches over to T. Higgins. And at the last second, Jalen Ramsey over-pursues and trips in front of T. Higgins. And T. Higgins, uncovered, takes it all the way into the end zone. However, we are looking at a face mask from T. Higgins. That's going to be a very controversial play moving forward. Not called on the field. Extra points already been hit. T. Higgins for offensive face mask should have been called, and that would have been a big penalty versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Instead, the Bengals take it in for a touchdown. Got away with one there. The Bengals got away with one there in the biggest game of the season, the biggest game of the year. Wow. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm ecstatic that the Bengals got the touchdown, but an obvious face mask on that play makes me question the credibility of the refs in the biggest game of the season. Yeah, face mask on T. Higgins. I'm not questioning that with you guys. I think that was 100% there. That is a huge miss by the refs. Still excited to see the Bengals on the board. First play of the second half. Dirty touchdown indeed, Hugo. Wow. That's insane. I think everybody saw the face mask upon review here. Yep. I don't like that. I'm sorry, dudes. I really want a clean football game, especially the biggest one of the season. Here comes Matthew Stafford. Steps up, tosses it, and it is intercepted in and out of the arms of number 18 of the Rams and into the arms of the defender, the Cincinnati Bengals defender, number 22, Awuzie. Awuzie comes up with the interception, and the Cincinnati Bengals are about to get the ball on the Los Angeles Rams 31. Oh, it is a disaster, a collapse in Los Angeles. In and out of the hands of 18 and into the hands of the defender. The Rams turn over the ball. The Cincinnati Bengals back on offense. And just like that, the Bengals might take a 2-score lead. Oh my goodness. Momentum indeed, Morthenian. What a turn of events if you're a Rams fan right now. Let's go Joe Burrow. He's going to toss it underneath. That's Joe Mixon. Mixon tackled at the line of scrimmage. No gain. But the Rams, if they can muster up a couple yards here, can take a field goal and go up a full touchdown. Wow. Of course, they're looking touchdown themselves, too. Going up 2 would be huge to open up the second half. Absolutely insane. Yeah, Rams fans punching the air right now. A blown call on a face mask that resulted in a touchdown, and then right afterwards, an interception by Matthew Stafford. Rams fans probably really kicking themselves right now. Is Ramsey limping on the sideline, says Chris. That wouldn't be good. I mean, Ramsey had to fall forward after that face mask. That would be a huge double whammy versus the Rams if that is the case. I'm looking for number 5. He's back there. But I haven't seen him limping quite yet. The Rams are bungling instead of the Bengals. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm rooting for the Bengals. I want the Bengals to win. But right now, that face mask has got me a little bit heated. I want to see a clean game, a clean win, either way. 2nd and 10, Joe Burrow scrambling to his left. He's going to take it himself and pushed out of bounds by Aaron Donald. It's going to be 3rd down. No gain, and there's tossling and tussling on the sidelines. Aaron Donald and a fleet of Bengals. And getting into an argument. Things sizzle down. It looks like we're going to 3rd and 11. Bengals 11 yards to convert. I think they could still hit a field goal from here with their very talented kicker. Derwin James there at the Super Bowl. Have him run to the locker room, get on the field. I like the Bengals sticking up for Joe. Of course, man. If Aaron Donald shoved Justin Herbert to the sidelines, I would jump out of my seat and start tossing hands too. Bit of tussling on the sideline. We're waiting for 3rd down here by the Cincinnati Bengals. 3rd and 11 to convert. Remember, a field goal gives them a full touchdown lead. It was a clean hit, yeah. Was a clean hit. Here comes Joe Burrow. He's going to fire it underneath to Jamar Chase, and Chase is going to be just short. A yard short of the 1st down. 4th and 1 coming up. Now, if you're the Rams, what are you going to do here? Do you go for it and try to go up 2, or do you take the 3? Kind of a big decision here. Looks like they're keeping the offense on the field. Taking a page out of Brandon Staley's book to go for it on 4th and 1. Boneless says he had the Bengals winning. I had the Rams winning, but I'm pulling for the Bengals. 5 wide on 4th and 1. Joe Burrow. Rams playing press coverage. And Burrow's going to escape. And Burrow sliding for the first down. 1st and 10 coming up for the Bengals. That's the big thing you got to watch out for. Those 5 wide mobile quarterbacks, they're going to take off, especially on short yardage situations. Very easy decision for Joe Burrow. Picks up the first. Nobody in front of him. There's a contain on each side of him, but nobody guarding the middle, and that's just a wide open space for the quarterback to take it himself for the first down. Joe Burrow and the Bengals looking to score a touchdown here, go up 2 possessions. Ooh, this is big. Big possession. Okay, go to the Super Bowl party. Hey, that's what we're here for, though, sports fan. Good to see you. Here comes a carry by Joe Mixon. Picks up a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Rams officially in the red zone. By the way, that Aaron Donald pushing him out of the field of play is going to be called a sack because it was behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Bengals. Joe Burrow licking his chops as he's looking to score a touchdown, go up 2 possessions. 2 wide receivers up top, 2 below. Here comes Joe Burrow tossing it to his tight end, Uzama. And Uzama's going to pick up about 4. 3rd and 3 coming up. I thought about putting some money on the Bengals today, just hoping that they would win. But I don't do much gambling outside of Chargers football. I know this team. I don't know the Bengals as well as I know the Chargers. Do we see another play here by Joe Burrow to get them to lead and then some? No first rounders until 2024. That's crazy. They bet the farm on this game. Here comes Joe Burrow, and he's going to get demolished. That's Aaron Donald with a big sack, pushing him back, what, to the 20-yard line? Is it past the 30? No, just past the 20-yard line. They're going to have to take their 3, go up the full touchdown, but Aaron Donald, 2 sacks on the drive, saves the day. Aaron Donald just absolutely demolishing his man, getting to the quarterback while engaged with the block. This is why Aaron Donald is the big man to know on campus, dude. This is why Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the year in and year out. He is the biggest disruptor on that defensive line for any football team in the NFL. Aaron Donald, determined to get after that quarterback. Yeah. Wow, what a play. Don't gamble, especially on the Chargers. Yeah. You know, I think I got a good gauge on which games the Chargers are gonna win. Sometimes. That's a bald-faced lie right there. If I were to bet big last season, it would have been versus the Houston Texans. I would have had my thumb up my butt at the end of that game. Add a lot of money, add a lot of emotions, add a lot of tears and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no way Aaron Donald retires, man. He's so good. He's going to be good for another, 6 years? I'm going to look it up real quick. How old is Aaron Donald? How old is Aaron Donald? Aaron Donald. Oh, he's 30. I still think he could play another 4 or 5 years, man. He's that good. He is that good. Can he bet $400 on the Bengals? Hey, what's the over-under on that, man? What's the what win-ins are going to look like if the Bengals take the win here? That's exciting. Bengals looking good. They really, honestly, that face mask gets me upset a little bit because I want clean football, but at the same time, 20-13, pretty decent turnaround here in the second half. And the Bengals have notoriously been a second half team this season. So things looking good so far. Aaron Donald PO'd is scary. Yeah, he is. He's one of my favorite players to watch on defense in the NFL. He's so good. $700. Good luck, Kennedy. I'm pulling for the Bengals today, too. You chose a good stream. Like Chargers season ticket holders rooting for the Bengals. Probably. I mean, you got to imagine, man, like living in LA, having to go to the grocery store with your Chargers jersey on and run into a Rams fan. They just won the Super Bowl. Like, they're going to have all reason in the world to, like, peacock a little bit. We don't want to deal with that. Although I do really appreciate a lot of players in the Rams. It's tough. I want Matt Stafford to win his Super Bowl. I just wish he wasn't with the Rams. 36 are just old. Know the best ET in the NFL is young. I'm getting to that age too, where it's like I think you start knowing you're getting old when or older when you're like I'm way too old for the NFL now, man. Like no way. If I went and worked my butt off, I get me a Planet Fitness membership. I'm there every day. I'm benching 4 or 5. It wouldn't matter. My butt's too old. No one would take me. Who do I want to win? I'm pushing for the Bengals, man. I want the Bengals. Yeah, that face mask. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm pulling for the Bengals, but at the same time, I want a nice, clean game. They should have called that. In the biggest game of the season, you can't mess up like that, dude. That was a gimme touchdown. That was absolutely for free. But at the same time, yeah, Matt Stafford, that pick was on, not necessarily either. That was in and out of the hands of his receiver. But he did throw the one before that. Ugh. X-Files episode, and you bet on the Chargers. It's tough. I have highs, really high highs, and really low lows. It's hard not to bet on the chart. Like, let's say, fantasy football is a form of gambling, right? I always do this to myself. I will have a Charger on my team. I reached for Justin Herbert so crazy this year, and you know what? I might keep him. We get 2 keepers in our league. I might keep him. Here comes Akers with his first carry of this drive. Just a couple of yards. Second down coming for the Rams. The Rams have really lost a lot of steam. Still 10 minutes in the third quarter. You bet on the Rams? I would have done the same thing. I'm hoping for the Bengals, but I think the Rams, in my opinion, are the more complete roster, the complete team. I don't understand the question there, Moise. Do you believe the Marshawn Lynch's prediction? What did he predict here, sports fan? I'm interested. I love Beast Mode. I hate that he went to the freaking Raiders. I love Beast Mode, dude. He was my favorite players to watch. Dude's a tank. All right, 3rd and 8 coming up for the Rams. Bengals getting some nice pressure, and the Rams, or Matt Stafford tosses it up to Henderson, and he's going to make a nice grab for a first down. The Rams just past the 40 now. Nice reception by Darrell Henderson. Nice reception by the running back. The only reason I want Rams to win is because of the Bengals. Yeah, no, there's a if you're a Chargers fan, you're not going to win no matter what. Like if the Rams win, we lose. If the Bengals win, we lose. So might as well just pick a team that you like, right? I like the Bengals. I like Joe Burrow. I hate to say it. And most Cincinnati fans I've talked to have been pretty respectful to that, but there have been a few where are like, well, he's better than Justin Herbert. And then I just turn off the messenger or whatever. Hang up. It's just like, dude, I'm telling you that I like your quarterback. Why are we having this conversation? For one, you're wrong. But two, I don't want to get an argument. This is all about appreciating the sport and the players within. Why are we doing this to yourself? Get out of here. Loved Lynch with Buffalo and Seattle, but Oakland. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Marshawn was one of the funnest players to watch because he was just plowing through everything. And then all of a sudden he goes to the Raiders. I'm like, that's too bad. Matt Stafford's going to toss it. Nice reception by Cooper Kupp on the comeback. And here come the Rams past midfield. 8:40 left to play. Should have said 8:27. And the Rams are on the move. Burrow is not better than Herbert enough. Yeah, I feel you. can't we love both? You know what I mean? They don't have to be a Herbert fan, but they got to appreciate him. And we don't have to love Burrow, but we have to appreciate him. I happen to love Burrow. I think he's fun to watch. Here comes another reception by the tight end, number 88. That's Hopkins. And Hopkins is going to create a lot of yards after the catch. And that's going to be a 16-yard reception for Hopkins. And the Rams, just inside the 30, are on the move. Hurry up offense. They're back here and out of the lineup. Prediction was 24-21 Bengals. 3 picks for the Bengals, 350 yards passing for Joe Burrow. Interesting. Here comes number 18 for the Rams. I haven't seen much of him throughout the season. Is he only in here in relief of Odell Beckham Jr.? Because I don't recognize his name. Ben Skowronek. Ben Skowronek is his name. 2 receptions for 12 yards so far. Do you do this every year? So far, I have. And it's been a good time. Next season, I might take a break. I do miss having all the guys over, throwing some, burgers on the grill. So maybe we don't do this next year, but it's still a good time. Here comes Akers. Akers is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of a couple, 3rd and 5 coming up. Either way, it's a good time. I do this for every single Chargers game, though. I will say that. No matter what, right? If the Chargers make it to the Super Bowl next season, then yeah, I'll be back. For sure. For sure. Good time. Thank you so much, Samantha. Favorite quarterback got to be Justin Herbert, Rivers, Breeze, Fouts. Yeah, you got you. You got your ducks in a row. Can't Bengals and Chargers fans just agree and appreciate? We don't have to, for real. I don't got no problems. I got no beef with Bengals fans. I'm happy for them. I'm super excited for them. I hope they win this game. I hope those fans that have been so patient for 3 decades finally get their time in the sun. Here comes Henderson, who's going to flip it to Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's going to toss it to Matt Stafford, and it's incomplete. The Philly special, unsuccessful. And we are looking at a field goal opportunity for the LA Rams, and it's going to be good for 3. Ooh. Cooper Kupp just couldn't hit his target. I also think Matt Stafford didn't run long enough of a route. Oh, man. Yeah, everybody's running that Philly special in the Super Bowl nowadays. You can't do that. Chargers need a new punter. I heard Urban. Oh, Ivan. Oh, Ivan. I was about to go on like, yeah, we could use a new punter. I like Ty Law, but maybe we get better. Everybody shut up. It's Lord of the Rings. Everybody shut up. Shut up. Yeah! The Rings of Power! Let's go! Oh, that's so sick! I'm so excited. That looks so good. The Rings of Power coming to Amazon Prime later this year. Let's go! Let's go! That looks hot. Yeah! I like it. I love it. So excited. Looks good. Check it out on YouTube if you haven't seen it yet. That was good. I like it. Yeah, baby. I love it. Sorry if I scared you. Yeah, no, it's the Lord of the Rings. The new Amazon show just showed a trailer. I wanted to see it. It looks good. It looks good. It looks really good. Very fun. So check my last comment. Okay, I got you. It says, I'm with Brendan Fayoko when he said the Chargers Chat podcast, when he said, I am witnessing greatness when talking about the 4th and 20 play against the Raiders in Week 18. That's what I'm saying, dude. Justin Herbert. We know we got a good one. Oh, man. Oh, man. That Lord of the Rings looks so good. My kids hate me. I've been trying to, like, force them to watch all the Lord of the Rings. We got to the Two Towers. We gotta finish it strong, man, with Return of the King. Nah, Tolkien, dude. We bow in respect to the Tolkien, man. I feel you, Ball. That's dude, so great. So I've never read the book. I read the Hobbit in school. I never read the books, but man, do I love the movies, dude. Like that. Oh, I remember going to the cinema with every single one of them came out. Just had my mind blown. I think I was young enough at the time that I was scared. Dude, so excited for Lord of the Rings, man. And this is the era that I've always wanted to see. Like, you know, Sauron and that big old battle that we saw at the beginning of the Fellowship. Like, I've been waiting to see that. Very excited. If you guys can't tell, I'm a bit of a nerd. Get over it. Love Lord of the Rings. Super cool. Super cool. Lord of the Rings. Gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. When you're younger, you watch VeggieTales Lord of the Rings. Do you guys remember back in the 80s, there was a Lord of the Rings cartoon that was released, right? It was before my time. But I remember watching that all the time. And then they came out with a live action, and it was actually really close to the cartoon. It was actually really close to the cartoon. Remember? And let me know if you remember. And they had like crazy animation with like the orcs and stuff. It looked like real people, but like they drew over them or whatever. Like it was kind of creepy. But it was good. I remember that. And they did the same thing for The Hobbit too. Crazy. All right, the Cincinnati Bengals back on offense. We're looking at a 2nd and 6 for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. 16-20 is your score with 5:24 left in the third quarter. Joe Burrow looking, and he is sacked by number 50. Curtis Jones credited with the sack. And it's going to be a 3rd and long for the Cincinnati Bengals. Your sister watched it. You were so scared. No, right? That cartoon is scarier than the freaking live action when you were a kid. Like, those orcs are freaky. Hey, director was out and about. Finally home. Sorry, I missed the first half chat. Hey, good to see you, Tara. Thank you so much for popping in. Is it too late to get into Lord of the Rings? I'm sorry, but the only reason their movies are so long. Dude, Hugo, you got to treat it like a TV show. Here comes Joe Burrow on 3rd and 13. Joe Burrow is going to toss it to the sideline. And coming back for it was Jamar Chase, but he dropped it at the last second. 4th and 13 coming up. Dude, Hugo. You got to treat it like when you're binging those Netflix shows, right? If you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, dude, please let the light of Lord of the Rings fandom hit you right in the soul and experience. If you haven't seen it for the first time, I'm almost envious. It's so good. I don't know how well. I'm sure it holds up just as fine as it did from when I was a kid. But, man, that is one of the things you got to watch. You got to watch Lord of the Rings, man. It's so, I don't care if people grew up a jock, if they grew up rich, if they grew up poor, whatever. Lord of the Rings is just one of those things. And I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan. Of course, I love Star Wars like there's no tomorrow. But Lord of the Rings is so good. You got to try it, especially before this new TV show comes out, right? Definitely. The cartoon movie was rather good, but they did the first 2 books because the director died. Oh, really? Really? That's interesting. Because, yeah, the movies were really close to the live-action ones, if I remember correctly. I remember seeing the movie for the first time, and I was like, yo, the cartoon actually had a lot of stuff I wanted to see in it. But the animation scared the piss out of me. I'm not going to lie. Like, the animation was so weird and wonky. Like, the live-action, like, meets the animation. It was quite scary. Yeah, I know, love. I feel you. Where could I watch Super Bowl? I'm playing my game. Timmy, try Peacock or the Yahoo Sports app. I think they both have it. Should go watch the movies from the first one despite being so long. Hey, what I'll say is, Hugo, don't watch the extended editions yet. Notice how I said yet, okay? Those are 100% worth a watch at some point. Just start with the normal ones. and let me know what you think. Honestly, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know if you like them, because like honestly, I'm curious to see if they hold up, because that's like some of my favorite movie experiences as a kid that I can remember. I loved them so much, as a matter of fact, that in high school they had a movie event, right, where they the theater, what were they called? Gosh, I don't remember what those movie events were called, but they would oftentimes do these marathons. And one day they said, hey, we're doing all 3 Lord of the Rings back to back to back extended editions. Come get your tickets. The showtime starts at 10:30 in the morning. And I was like, sick. So me and my best friend went and got tickets for that day. I kid you not. It was like 12, 13 hours straight of Lord of the Rings. And you know what we did after that? We went and saw Transformers, the midnight showing. So we're in the cinema for like 14, 15 hours that day and loved every second of it. You know, it's worth it. I love Lord of the Rings. It's definitely worth it. Crispy says, Lord of the Rings so good, bro. The movies are 20 plus years old and they still look great. Yeah, I think Peter Jackson went back and redid a lot of the CGI, if I remember correctly. He went back and redid a lot of the CGI to update it, right? Kind of like George Lucas did with all the Star Wars movies. And they look great. They hold up great. Like, everything about it looks fantastic. We're thinking like the Hobbit movies as well. I think the Hobbit movies get a bad rep, right? They're not as good. They're not as good as Lord of the Rings, but they're a good time. I sat and watched them all literally the other day, probably 2 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, it's good. I don't know why people hate on them so hard. I actually met the guy who played the big bad orc, the white one, Manu Bennett. I met him 4 or 5 years ago. Super solid dude. Yeah, very good movies. You go watch them movies. Here comes Matt Stafford, who's going to toss it underneath number 12, Van Jefferson. And the Rams are going to start off their next offensive drive from around midfield. Good field position. Chronicles of Narnia is solid, too. I'm not a big fan of Chronicles of Narnia, but I appreciate them. They're good movies. I just so much more prefer Lord of the Rings. You should put bolts in the Stormtrooper helmet. Dude, Richie, I almost did that for my first game. I'm not going to lie. I literally, I went and found the decals for the Chargers helmet. I wanted to put them on the Stormtrooper and then paint the shoulder pads blue. And then, I don't know if you guys are well-versed in Star Wars nerdy stuff. I was going to give it the 501st color scheme with the blue and then some accents of yellow and then put the lightning bolts on top and wear it to a game. But if you guys don't know this, that thing is a pain in the butt to wear, dude. It is so you can't move very well. And I was like, do I really want to put myself through that throughout a whole game? Maybe in the future. Maybe I'll modify it so it's easier to move around in. But maybe. That'd be sick. Which one is your favorite Harry Potter or Star Wars Harry Potter fan? My wife's a huge Harry Potter fan. I love Harry Potter. I watched them all again like a month ago. Love Harry, but I'm a bigger Star Wars fan by far. Here comes Matt Stafford. Oh, he barely gets that ball out, and it's going to be a short reception to Cam Akers. It'll be a 3rd and medium coming up, but nice to get that ball out. But I love Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. Those are probably my biggest fandoms, right? And Marvel. I love Marvel. But I definitely love Star Wars more than any of them. And there's a sack by the Cincinnati Bengals. DJ Reader, who I wanted so bad the Chargers to pick up this season, is credited with the sack in the biggest game of the season. 4th and 13 coming up for the LA Rams, who trail by 4 points. Big play. Mal Scott says, am I a USC fan? Nah. People have tried, dude. Multiple people have tried to pull me into their other sports fandoms. I've got guys who are hockey fans, NBA fans, MLB fans. Everyone's tried to pull me into their fandom. And honestly, I've given it a good shot. I literally I've gone to baseball games, right? I've gone to hockey games. I've sat and watched the sport for a good period of time. Nothing latched on. It's just the Chargers. Even college ball, which I got a couple of good college teams in my hometown. I've been to those games, right? And if you guys want to know specifics, I've been to a couple of Utah and BYU games, right? Fun time. I had a good time, but I don't follow them. It's just the Chargers. Nothing else hits like the Chargers, which is so unfortunate because I'm so bored in the off season outside of Chargers news, right? I wish so desperately I could watch another sport, and I just can't. And it's so tough. It is so tough. Oh, Stafford limping. That would be a big development here, man. Big development here. Tara says, seriously, Hugo, go watch Lord of the Rings. In one scene, the actor kicked something. The scene actually broke his toe in real life. Yeah. Yeah, Langlet, that's where I'm at. That's why it was a big deal, you know? Like, I try to commit myself to going to at least one game a season after this past year in LA. That's why it's kind of a pain in the butt, you know what I mean? But it was such a good time, man. Like, we got out there to LA, we got to meet all the fans, and honestly, I'm kind of glad that there's a bit of distance, because it's going to sound like I'm a huge, like, big-headed ego dude, but, like, I could not go anywhere in LA without getting stopped for a picture. Whereas out here, nobody knows who I am. So that actually works in my favor. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I think part of it, because I have a lot of ties to San Diego, right? And then out here, there's really nobody. I know like 3 Chargers fans in the whole time that I've lived here. There's nobody to talk to. That's why I started the channel, right? Because now I got, you know, access to all the Chargers fans. I can talk all I want about it and bring a lot of people together. It's a good time. And there's a lot of people that, you know, not in or around the LA area that come from here, and it's a good time, man. I really like it. This is a blessing in disguise, you could say. That's why earlier when you guys asked me my NBA team, I was like, I don't really follow them, but I guess the Jazz, you know what I mean? Say watch NASCAR again. I've actually tried NASCAR. I went a step further and I went to what did they call it? This chick used to take me to the Derby. What's it called? Where they go smash all the cars and stuff too. Like, I've gone to a lot of sports things, and nothing really stuck. The one thing that I used to go consistently see all the time is that we used to have an AFL team here. I actually used to go see those guys quite a bit, right? I think I went to like 4 or 5 of the home games every season because they were cheap and they were fun, and it was kind of a mixing pot of NFL fans there too. But other than that, it's tough. It's because the Chargers set such a high bar for me that nothing gets close to it. It's kind of crazy. Demolition Derby. There it is. Demolition Derby. I've been to like 4 of those. Good time. I like the funnel cakes and the churros. Other than that, if it's around, cool, I'll go. If not, nothing hits. Yeah, people ask me about MMA all the time too. I don't know. I actually filmed a ton of MMA too with my past jobs, and it was cool. It was fun. The guys were nice. They didn't really stick. Nothing sticks. I can't tell you why. Here comes Joe Burrow getting sacked by Ashawn Robinson, and that is going to be a 2nd and 12 for the Cincinnati Bengals coming up here in just a second. Bring back Melvin Ingram. I actually wouldn't be opposed to that, Jonathan. I don't think he would, but I also think we need somebody bigger, right? And we need a bigger name. Von Miller. We just saw Von Miller make a play right now. Von Miller and Robinson together. Can't wait to start doing mock drafts. Me too, Ivan. Here comes another play. Joe Burrow running for his life. Guess who? It's Von Miller again. Von Miller with the quarterback sack, and we're looking at a 3rd and 22 all of a sudden. This is why, Chargers fans, this is why Von Miller is at the top of my list. Because we just saw a play with him in pass rush, right? And he looked great. But you got to pay attention to him versus the run, too. He had like an 85.6 grade versus the run. He is fantastic. So he would help the Chargers where they were weak and also help the Chargers improve where they were okay in the pass rush. I think the pass rush need more help than that, I'd be honest. But, like, that is just such a power move this offseason. Go get Von Miller. And we've heard that Von Miller is ready to depart. They're going to keep OBJ and let Von Miller go. Here comes Joe Burrow with the pump fake. He's going to hit T. Higgins for a pickup of like 15. And we're looking at 4th and 5 from deep in their own territory. It's going to be a punt. Nice defensive effort by the Los Angeles Rams. It looks like Matt Stafford is okay, getting his helmet on. He's going to go back out there. Sign Von Miller to the Chargers right after the Super Bowl. Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. That's got to be like one of your top priorities, especially if you're Brandon Staley, who's got plenty of time with him in Denver, right? He's a scheme fit. He went to the Rams. scheme fit, and then he would come to us, who's exactly almost the same scheme as the Rams. Like, you got to do it. You got to do it. Free agency starts March 16th. Go pick up Von Miller. We need the dude. Is Von Miller an edge or linebacker? He's an edge. He's edge. He plays pretty much the same position with the Rams that he would play with the Chargers. He's perfect. He's perfect. He's perfect. He's one of my top acquisitions of the offseason. Out of everybody, I want him. Right? Him, actually a couple of Rams. Him, Sebastian Joseph Day. Michael Pierce would be okay too. We need a cornerback desperately. J.C. Jackson. This is probably Von Miller, J.C. Jackson as far as impact. But I also think there's some, like, you're going to have to spend big on some areas and then try and save money in others. I think you got to spend big on the defensive line and an edge. You got to get Joey Bosa some help back there. Vaughn would be crazy. Here comes Akers with the run on the outside. He'll pick up about 4. Vaughn is like 31. Yeah, he is. I think Von Miller has 2 to 3 years left playing at a high level. He's not going to be like, 2017 Vaughn, but he's going to be very good. Much better than what the Chargers have had in a long time. Even better than Melvin Ingram in his prime, right? And that's beautiful, because guess what happens in 2 or 3 years? When that contract is up, we got to pay Justin Herbert, right? And we can get Vaughn off the books and try and find another answer there. Maybe we've already found one that we've been developing. You never know. I love Vaughn to the Chargers. It makes a lot of sense to me. Here comes your 2nd and 5. Los Angeles Rams are going to let it run to the end of the 3rd quarter. The 4th quarter is about to kick off here in just a second. Can't watch on Yahoo. It doesn't show the live. Peacock unavailable. Any other ideas? What? Peacock's unavailable? It should be live. I currently am watching it on NFL Game Pass. And this is why I tell everybody when we first start the season, please get NFL Game Pass. You will never miss a game. Even up until the Super Bowl. Outside of that, I can't really say with any certainty where it's airing. I've heard Peacock and Yahoo. Outside of that, I am actually not sure. So good luck. I'll do my best to commentate for anybody who really just can't find anything. But we'll keep you guys informed throughout the course of the offseason as how to get prepared to watch every single game, because that can definitely be annoying. Even if you've got something like cable, right? Sometimes it's blacked out, and that sucks. That's why I use Game Pass and a VPN. The VPN's a very important part. But good luck. PFF had us taking Jameson Williams. It's hard not to get excited, but at the same time, I don't want to lose Mike Williams. I don't. And I feel like if we do that, I mean, we could keep Mike Williams, right? Just rock with the 2 Williams. It's tough. It is really tough. The offseason is a puzzle, and we're all here just trying to solve it. That's why offseason content is so much fun, because it's literally just a vast field of possibilities, and we're all just trying to piece it together. Yeah. Don't have a VPN. I hope the Bengals win, though. Yeah. Again, check out the link in the description. We have a VPN sponsor. Helps the channel, but more of so, I hope to help people get access to the games. I with a passion, and everybody knows this has been watching my channel, I with a passion hate cable television, satellite television. I do not agree with that concept at all. I have been burned so many times by that, and this is the way around it. So good luck. And again, we'll keep reminding people as we get closer to the regular season again. I would actually recommend, while it's only $1 for NFL Game Pass, to get it now. So you've got NFL Network, and you've got the draft and the combine and all the big things coming up here in the offseason. We have about, I would say, 3 weeks before things start getting really crazy again with the NFL as far as the offseason. So I would take advantage of that now if you guys have the opportunity. Definitely. We're waiting to come back from commercial, guys, if you couldn't tell. We'll be back in just 1 second. Matter of fact, just give me 1 second here, dudes. I'll be right back. right, we are back. The start of the fourth quarter is upon us. Here comes a run for Cam Akers. He gets destroyed, dude. DJ Reader, Trey Hendrickson, this Bengals defensive line is absolutely insane. Yes, Chris, very solid defense so far. Any Chargers 2022 tickets holder? Yeah, Hector, get him hyped. We're looking at third down all of a sudden for the Rams. Just move to Britain and get all the Sky Sports. Hey, man, whatever's cheaper. You just let me know the price of ticket and moving and housing and all the stuff out there. I'll get back to you. Playing the Chargers-Browns second half. We need a high-scoring game. Here comes the Matt Stafford pass. It is deep, very deep, and we're trying to bring it in one-handed with Van Jefferson. But there was 2-3 guys in the area. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up for the Rams. London NFL season ticket holder. How does that work, dude? How many games are in London? It's like 2 now, isn't it? Like 2 games? So you get to go to every single game? That's awesome, though, right? Because there's different teams every single... Hey, so Ball, you're a Chargers fan living in across the pond, right? How many Chargers games have you seen out there? That's really cool, man. I love having all sorts of people come into the chat, tell their stories. That's awesome. Has there been a flag yet? There's been a couple, but not as many as you would expect to see, though. How about the Cincinnati defense? Can we get that for Herbert, please? That's what I'm saying. They put together such a good blueprint for what the Chargers should do this offseason. I mean, some of these guys, weren't expecting to be that good, right? Von Bell was a great signing for them this offseason, and he wasn't like the biggest piece in free agency for people to go after, right? Former New Orleans Saint. He went out there and made a big impact. DJ Reader, who I was pounding the table for the Chargers to go get to help the run defense. He's been incredible. Trey Hendrickson, also of the New Orleans Saints, has been incredible. They just found all these pieces and they fit like a puzzle. Absolutely crazy. How am I streaming the game? NFL Game Pass. NFL Game Pass in conjunction with ExpressVPN, the VPN. Very easy to set up. Check out the link in the description for a tutorial. Will the Rams choke like they did the last few years against New England? I hope so. They could. The offense has really been struggling. The defense has had a couple of mistakes. I think, honestly, the moment that things kind of started falling off, the wheels started falling off for the Rams, was that touchdown T. Higgins with Jalen Ramsey face mask getting tripped up. After that, the momentum has seemed to really shift to the Cincinnati Bengals throughout the entire third quarter and now here to start the fourth quarter. It's been nuts. Thank you, Hugo. Here comes Joe Burrow slinging it underneath. That's a first down T. Higgins and a little bit more past the 30-yard line, and the Bengals are back on the move. Bengals offense absolutely stacked with playmakers. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Tyler Boyd. Who's winning, the Rams or the Bengals? At the beginning of the game, I would tell you that the Rams are going to win, but I'm hoping for the Bengals. Right now, the Bengals are putting up a really good fight. Cam Newton scandal. Yeah, I'll look it up. I love Cam Newton. That'd be crazy. I'd hate to see him in any trouble. 1st and 10. Here is Joe Mixon. Picks up a couple of yards. Maybe 1. 2nd and 9 coming up. Why do you need a VPN for Game Pass? Because it's super dumb. Like, the NFL tries to funnel everybody into those huge contracts that they tried to sign, that they did sign with, like, satellite and cable companies. So if you want to watch football on Sunday, you best believe you should have DirecTV. I hate DirecTV. It feels like, after a year of service, they're going to start charging you up the butt, right, every single month. And then on top of that, you got to pay for the Sunday ticket. Before you know it, you're paying $350 a month for cable, for satellite, for something that I watch maybe 2 channels on. I hate that. I hate that I have to do that to watch football, right? They make it that way on the NFL Game Pass, too, where you cannot watch live games unless you are outside of the country, trying to get you to go get DirecTV with that contract. Again, stupid. I hate it. The one way around that, you get a VPN, you put your connection in like London, then you can watch all the games live on NFL Game Pass. So if you guys want more info, please just check out the link in the description. I'm on a mission to try and rescue people from that situation because I hated being in that situation for so many years. And a couple years ago, I discovered this method. I have not looked back since, and it's been a good time. So good luck, everybody. 3rd and 9 coming up for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow looking, and the pocket's collapsing. Who's got him? It's Von Miller. Von Miller takes him down for another sack this game. And Burrow's looking a little shaken up. There is a flag on the field. Joe Burrow not standing up. This could be catastrophic for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're waiting on the flag. Joe Burrow limping off the field. They could be watching their Super Bowl victory exit to the sideline. Unnecessary roughness on the Bengals, and backup quarterback is about to take the field for the Bengals. At least one play. If Joe Burrow is selling this, good for him. I hope that he's not knocked out of this game. Von Miller absolutely destroyed Joe Burrow in that play. Unnecessary roughness. I guess you could see it. There's just a lot going on in that play. Oh, man. Bengals are going to make Burrow the next Andrew Luck. I hope not. Again, I love Joe Burrow. I hope he plays a long time. That is not good. And that's a 4th and 29. Wait, really? Was that against the Bengals? They're going to punt it away. Nice punt. Long punt. Taken down inside the 35. What just happened? We got to keep an eye on the sidelines for Joe Burrow. That's not a good thing to look at. If you're in, yeah, he is screaming, clutching at his right knee. Oh, Bengals fans, gutted on your behalf. Gutted on your behalf. That, oh. Yeah, ball, I feel you. Oh my God. He looked to be in serious pain. Offensive tackle punched a defensive player. Got it. That is tragic. That's scary. Makes me want to draft Chargers right tackle. Yeah, I think that's kind of where we're leaning. Oh, man. What a dramatic turn of events. I hate to say it because you never want to see something like this happen. You don't want to see somebody go down with an injury like that. But the fact of the matter is that is a momentum shift. That is a momentum shift. This might be the thing that helps the Rams come back and win it all. Oh. Yeah, the way he was screaming, you never want to see somebody go down that way. Hope he didn't tear his ACL. I hope so too. I don't think they would have let him walk off the field if they felt it was an ACL, but I hope he returns to the game. Much as you love Justin Herbert, I don't want to see Burrow go out like this. Nobody does. Nobody does. Comeback player of the year. To make it all the way to the big game, you get knocked out in the last quarter with the lead. Bengals fans, dude, I hope for the love of all that's holy that Joe comes back and wins this game for you. Because if not, what a feeling to take into the offseason. That would be so, so sad. Thank God for Slater. Yeah, no, I feel you, Marthenian. You know what? We need another one on the other side, too. What was funny is that we saw some reps for Slater at right tackle in the Pro Bowl, and he looked great. He was going up against somebody pretty big, too. I forget the name. I think it wasn't Max Crosby, was it? He was going up against somebody very reputable, and he was manhandling him all day. Who is the Bengals' backup? Give me 1 second, folks. Bengals backup quarterback. Is it really Jeff Driscoll, Matt Barkley? Who's let me actually look at Bengals depth chart. Brandon Allen. Brandon Allen is your backup quarterback for the Bengals. Ugh. Not good. Well, we have a drive here to hopefully, get that massaged out, get him back out there on the field. Here comes Matt Stafford. He's going to toss it underneath. That's Van Jefferson picking up about 7 yards. Second down coming up. Joe Burrow looked to be waving off trainers on the sideline. I hate it when people do this, but at the same time, I hope this is the case. He may have just been overselling it for the flag. We can all cross our fingers for that. Yeah. Will ExpressVPN work on your phone? Yeah, totally, Rex. Totally will work on your phone. I have it on my phone right now. Here comes Sony Michel getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Rams offense just really off rhythm after losing Odell Beckham Jr. Really off rhythm. I mean, apologies for how many notifications I haven't checked, but you'll see ExpressVPN. Right there. You're right there. The Cincinnati Bengals have been one of the toughest teams to run on this season. Reminder, the Chargers did overcome that and beat them this year, too. Third and 4. Matt Stafford tosses it underneath, and it's a little high for number 18. 4th and 4 coming up from the 40-yard line. Very fast 3 and out. The only downside if you're a Bengals fan is that maybe Joe hasn't had enough time on the sideline. He's walking just fine, though. I think he was selling the act. He was out there performing Broadway. Little Shakespearean actor move that he learned back in grade school as to how to draw a bigger flag. I think he's going to be fine. Might be able to see him back out on the field this drive. Yeah, he looks okay. Thank you so much, Hugo. Good looking out. Decent punt by the Rams going out of the sideline. Where is that going to be spotted? Didn't quite see. I think it was around the 25. Yeah, it is Hollywood. Rams are not playing like a team of champions. Their offense has really fallen off. It really has. Not much in terms of explosiveness since Odell Beckham Jr. exited with that apparent ACL injury. The Bengals want it more. It feels like that every time you see Joe Burrow on the field. Despite that, the Chargers kicked their butts, but still, you know what I mean? Like, hey. Your score is 16-20 Bengals. Again, at the top of the show, the prediction was Rams win. But the majority of Chargers fans, myself included, pulling for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Whatever your opinion might be, I think Joe Burrow is a cool cat. I literally got freaked out when I saw him in pain, grabbing at that right knee. Luckily enough, he looks like he's okay. He'll come back out here because if they're going to win this game, they're going to need Joe Burrow. And you're going to need to go up 2 scores. So I'm talking touchdown right here. Field goal will still keep you ahead of the curve with 1 full touchdown, but you're going to need a score. You're going to need to score a touchdown. Hey, they're showing a trailer for Better Call Saul. I think I watched 3 seasons. Can anybody tell me if the last couple seasons okay? They okay? They good? I want to pick it up again. Yeah, thank you, Hugo. Let's go Bengals, Jay. Bengals better go get offensive line. Yeah, that's their next move for sure. They went out there. They got the target that he wanted in Jamar Chase. It's time to go get him some protection, dude. They should go get Teron Armstead. Still salty the Chargers made the playoffs. I mean, I will be feeling the same way as you up until next season, man. I feel you. Hoping Chargers-Browns type of high-scoring game, yeah. It's not as bad as I've seen in years past, but, you know, we were expecting a little bit more points scored, for sure. We're 14 hours ahead of you. Hey, please, man, let me get some bets down real quick. Give me that look into the future. Look what Chargers did for Herbert this past offseason, and Bills did for Allen 2019 seasons. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get Joe Burrow some freaking protection. He might be, if he wins today, he might be a multiple, title sort of quarterback. But they got to get him some. They got to get him some help. Wouldn't be mad if we got Teron Armstead. What would likely happen is that if we got Teron Armstead, we would likely move Rashawn Slater to right tackle, actually, which isn't bad, but Teron Armstead is going to be one heck of an expensive acquisition. Joe Mixon pounding his way up for around 12 yards. Bengals on the move again, just inside the 30. And Joe Burrow was on the field for that snap. Max protection on the right side. He just finds a nice hole up the middle. Breaking tackles for 12 yards. Director of Stafford win the Super Bowl. Would you call him a future Hall of Famer? I guess you could make a case for it. He's had some stellar seasons on a god-awful team with the Detroit Lions. I wouldn't oppose it, but I don't know if it's quite enough, in my opinion. Better Call Saul is the best show. Yeah, Palm Trees. I think I watched 2-3 seasons. I just remember that I got up to the point where there was no more to watch, and then I kind of forgot about it for a couple of years. Here comes another carry for Mixon. Throwing himself up for 8 yards. Mixon's played a heck of a game today. 13 carries for 68 yards for the superstar Bengals halfback. Bengals can run the ball. Rams cannot. You know, I was hoping to see more from Cam Akers, but we got to remember how good the Cincinnati Bengals defensive line has been against the run. That absolutely has been shutting down what teams can do in their versatility and play calling. Here comes a second and a long 2 for Joe Mixon, and Mixon picks up maybe a yard. 3rd and 2 coming up. What happened to Madden Director? Madden Director took a break, man. As soon as we had a kid, picked up more responsibilities, I had to make a choice. Fork in the road. Do I want to do Madden or do I want to do Chargers? Absolutely no question in my mind when it came down to that point. But maybe as things start to smooth out a little bit and I get more time, I'll bring back the Madden content too. But I haven't been as engaged in Madden lately. If I'm being quite honest with you guys, like, I've just been so appalled at how bad the microtransactions have gotten. Here comes a pass to number 25. I think that's Chris Evans, Captain America, who picks up the first down, and the Rams back on the move with another first down. But I do miss a lot. I do miss the Madden content. It's been tougher for me to stand by the microtransaction aspect of the game, if that makes sense. That's why I promoted coin selling for a long time. I was like, why gamble, dude? Just get what you want to get and move on. There's no reason to get shafted, in the packs and all that. I still play it, though. It's a vice. 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Here comes another pass to Joe Mixon, who gets absolutely demolished by number 50. Pushed out of bounds. It'll be a loss of 3 yards. Imagine if they still had a healthy Todd Gurley. Yeah, I mean, Todd Gurley, the story, the would-be, could-be story of Todd Gurley if his knees didn't give out. Ravens absolutely screwed by injuries this year. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. They were down to what? Their 3rd string running back? They had to go sign guys? Their wide receivers? Like everything. Yeah, Ravens. Tough organization to root for with all the injuries this season. Bengals just need a 7-minute drive and a score. Yep. Here comes Joe Mixon. And he's going to pick up maybe 3 yards. 4 yards, it looks like. 3rd and 9 coming up. Rams defense looking to clamp down a little bit. 9 yards to convert for the Cincinnati Bengals. Hey, sounds good. Ball GB, good to meet you. Thank you so much for dropping in. Good luck. Turn off notifications on your phone so you can watch the last half quarter of this game, man. Fall asleep watching the game. Number 50, Jones is coming off the field. Looks like a timeout. Or not a timeout, but a injury. Donkey's down to the practice squad at one point. I remember they had some problems, but I don't think they were in ever too bad of a situation, if I don't remember correctly. What team was the biggest disappointment this year? Was it the Browns? I think the Chiefs at some point were just so down bad. They looked nothing like they did in years past. That was a shocking one. Maybe the Browns. There's a case to be made for the Browns. Who's your number 1 free agent at running back you want us to sign? Quick pass, by the way. 4th and 9 coming up for the Bengals. Nice defensive effort by the Los Angeles Rams. The number 1 free agent that I'd want us to sign at running back, if I could choose any with no consequences, it's Leonard Fournette, but I don't want to spend that much money on running back. So with the cap and all that sort of stuff in mind, I would sign Darrell Williams of the Kansas City Chiefs. 224 pounds, 6 feet tall, power back. It would leave Austin Eckler with the number one running back responsibility and carries and touches, but we would also have that guy to go in between the tackles. Wouldn't cost us a heck of a lot of money. $2 million a season, as a matter of fact. And it would also offer Austin Eckler exactly what he needs. And we can use the money that we saved on defense. That's where I'm at. By the way, they punted. The Los Angeles Rams, down by 4 with 6 minutes left on the clock, will have their opportunity to start moving. But honestly, their offense has looked really, really bad the last 3 or 4 drives. Have to wait and see. Rest of the game, mates. Hospital point comes second to football. Hey, I feel you. That's good priorities right there, Ball GB. I feel you. Some big names in this commercial. Hang on, lots of production value. We got Batista. I think I've seen this one, actually. What happened to the Madden Sim series? We ran that for a majority of the offseason, and then I think at the point where we're getting close to the finale, I had a lot of scheduling conflicts. So we missed like the last 2 games of the series, which really did kill me. But I'm really trying to determine whether I want to do it again because it was fun. It's just very time consuming, and I might want to shift my priority from Sim series to like straight up FAQs. I don't know. I have some time to think about it. After this game tonight, I'm in full draft mode, right? I've covered so much in free agency outside of trades that I think unless a big story develops, I won't have to touch it again. I really want to start focusing on the draft as soon as possible, and I got a lot of research to do. Like, I know my way around, but I need some more time, especially in the middle rounds. Am I a car guy?
Pick up the phone.
Care too much for the Nissan Z ad that just aired? I wouldn't say I'm too much of a car guy, though. If I had to choose any car, like when I was in my youth, I bought 2 Jeep Wranglers. Reason because the first one broke down beyond repair, crashed it, and then the second one I sold to buy my first camera to pursue my career in film. But if I had to choose one car, it's a Jeep Wrangler. I used to go mudding all the time, off-road. I'd load my dog in the back, and we'd go, up the mountains and stuff like that. I miss that tremendously. Outside of Jeeps and off-roading, I don't really know my cars that well, if I'm being honest. MVP is Chase or Miller. How crazy would it be if Von Miller became the MVP? That would be nuts. That'd be crazy, too. It might raise his price a little bit this offseason. All right, 5:48 left on the clock. Can the Rams drive to close this gap? Another 9-yard gain by the tight end. What's my favorite state? Probably California. I spent a lot of time in California, dude. I used to go 2-3 times a year. I worked a lot in California, too. Pump fake by Stafford at number 18 is going to be incomplete. The Rams at 3rd and 1 all of a sudden. They cannot go 3 and out again. They have got to convert here. There's not enough time on the clock to keep going 3 and out. You can't do that. Ball G. That's great. I like that. We're getting there. We're 2 down. Not quite there, but by night's end. You know what I'm doing after the game? I'm going to go make some nice aioli breakfast burgers with like a top with like a fried egg for me and my brother. Some white truffle fries, right? We're going to watch the finale of Book of Boba Fett. He hasn't seen it yet. Should be a good time. 3rd and 1. They're going to get a stop. Akers unable to convert there. It'll be 4th and a short 1. If you're the Rams, what do you do here? Do you go for it? Do you have to go for it? I think you kind of have to go for it. Because the Rams or the Bengals are just going to bleed all the clock with only 5 minutes left. 4th down, and it looks like they're going for it. Offense is still on the field. Hey, what are we going to see? What are we going to see? You're a car guy. Had more money to buy Corvette. I feel you. Nothing wrong with a good Corvette, man. Here comes Cooper Kupp on the wide receiver carry, and Kupp is going to pick up 5 or 6 yards, and that is a first down, Los Angeles. Big gamble right there. That likely would have been the game. Putting the Cincinnati Bengals in field goal range 2, that would still be a one-score possession, or one-score lead. One possession lead. All right, maybe we did bottom the barrel of this a little bit hard. Next pass attempt was incomplete to Cam Akers. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Rams are full on Staley mode from now on. Yeah, they got to be. Do I think some games are fixed? I don't think about that too much. I think there's so much to coordinate, it would be very tough to fix outside of officials. I think officials could definitely lean one way or the other. And even then, I don't know if it's fixed as much as I think it's just incompetence. Brother's first car was a Lancer Evo MRX. Dude, you really are a car. Or that was Terra. Hey, you guys are car people. That's cool. Here comes Matt Stafford. He hits Cooper Kupp, who's a couple yards shy of a first down. Hardly any flags this game, but 20 regular season. No, I feel you. Austin Myers coming in with a $50 holla. What's up, Austin? Dude, we'll shout you out here in just a second after this play. 3rd and 2 by the Rams. Here comes Matt Stafford underneath. He's going to hit his tight end number 88 for the first down. Rams are still on the move with 3:41 left in the clock. What does Austin got to say?
Kia Ora director just got off work, just can't wait for the offseason begin, but just got to ask a question or opinion how you see it. But is the Spanos family is going to sell the team by next season and see a new owner near future?
Austin, thank you so much for the $50 holla, man. We'll get that to just 1 second. Matt Stafford, he's going to hit the sideline. That's Cam Akers, and Akers picks up maybe a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. Austin, first off, thank you so much for the $50 holla, my man. Really appreciate it, dude. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Good stuff all around. Second off, I think the Chargers, with all the legality issues that we've been seeing, Dean Spanos getting sued by his sister, his nephews, he could be getting sued by his mama. You know, it just seems like he's people are coming out from every angle to sue him, including the city of San Diego. There could be a developing story of him selling the team sooner than later. Cooper Kupp makes an incredible play, by the way. And the Rams definitely finding some momentum, and they're on the move. Huge. Either way, Austin, there were some rumors about Jeff Bezos being interested last season, but I do think if the Chargers are to sell, there will be an announcement made, followed by a season or two as far as solidifying the deal before we actually do see official transfer of the team. Here comes another play to Cooper Kupp again, who's a couple of yards short of the first down. 2nd and 2 coming up. Either way, Austin, thank you so much, man. $50 holla. Much love to you. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. We're just sitting here, Super Bowl Sunday. We've already got a few down. And seeing love on the channel, man. I really appreciate the love, Austin. Thank you. And honestly, we'll keep you guys up to date. If Chargers, if they're sold anytime soon, we got some suitors out there. Here comes Cam Akers picking up the first down at the 10-yard line. Actually, a bit further than that. It'll be 1st and goal from the Cincinnati 8. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate you, man. Super solid, dude. Appreciate it. Things are getting a little bit hectic here. The Bengals trying to hold on to their 4-point lead. The Rams are in 4th down. Like, they're not going to be punting the ball or taking field goals anytime soon. This could be for all the marbles. A stop by the Cincinnati Bengals. They likely win the Super Bowl. They let on a touchdown. It's up to Joe Burrow in a last-ditch effort, 2-minute offense to go out there and win the game. Either way, it's kind of coming up. You know, it's surfacing. It's finally surfacing. We got a game. Austin, again, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting nobody coming here today, dropping nothing, but you guys really have been very, very supportive. I do really appreciate it, man. Thank you. And Steve Simmons, everybody today, man. I really appreciate all the love. You can smell a Cam Akers fumble. I hope not, man. I'm actually a fan of Cam Akers. I like Cam Akers a lot. I hope he doesn't fumble. I was very impressed that he came back to play at all this season. But we are looking for a takeaway for sure. I'm on the West Coast, Marcus. Bengals will win a... Yeah. I shouldn't say that. The Midwest. Burrow might have to orchestrate a game-winning drive. Honestly, that would be super impressive. If anybody's looking for a prove-it moment, it could be Joe Burrow in that last drive effort to win the game. Ball, GB, you have no pub open that's showing the Super Bowl. I understand that's not a big sport out there, but like that's the biggest sporting event of the year in the States. As far as I understand, you guys have a pretty good following out there. Crazy. Heart is absolutely pounding. Yeah, it's coming down to the wire. It is coming down to the wire. Let them score. That people gave Tony Romo a lot of flack for this on his broadcast, which I get it. I don't know. I think I would think it, but I would never say it. There's a case to be made very rarely that you let a team score so you can go back and get the win via the efforts of your quarterback and your offense. This could be one of those moments. My principle is never, ever let an opposing team score. But with the time against the Cincinnati Bengals, they're looking at a 1st and goal from the Cincinnati 8 with 2 minutes left to go. 3 timeouts for the Bengals. It could be one of those times where you're just like, if they score, maybe it's better for us because we can go back out there with Joe Burrow. I don't know. Again, as it's coming out of my mouth, I'm also thinking, no way, man. No way. You force them into a 4th down situation, and you win the game with your defense. It's tough. It's tough to really, really weigh that. Final 2 minutes of the Super Bowl. Here we come. Absolutely boneless. Hey, everybody. Good to see everybody in the chat, man. Really appreciate everybody showing out today. We had like, what, 300-400 people in here? A good time. I was honestly like, I was this close to not airing it today because I was like, dude, I'm late. I kind of just want to chill, but I'm very happy that we got together and watched the Super Bowl with all my online buddies from over the past course of this season. Oh, Matt Stafford just missed Van Jefferson for a wide open touchdown. That could have been the game. Wide open, as wide as you can get. Oh, man. He put way too much air under that. He was trying to put enough touch on it that Von Bell couldn't make a play. But, dude, you could have put it a little further in front of him, man. There was so much open space. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Hugo. Oh, man. And here comes Matt Stafford missing the reception to Henderson. 3rd and goal all of a sudden. The Bengals could be 2 stops away from winning the Super Bowl. Still no flags. What do I think about Apex Legends Season 12? It's been amazing. Keep control. Keep control. We're almost there, dudes. Maybe the last couple of plays for the Los Angeles Rams offense coming up here. Can they score? The Bengals have been very tough to score on all season, especially in the red zone. Minute 47 left. Here comes Matt Stafford looking for a target. He's going to fire middle of the field and knocked away by 55. But we do have a flag. Oh, if this is PI, this may have won the Rams the game, and now you got to really start asking yourself, do you want to let him score? Holding by the defense, and the Rams, automatic 1st down, will have another shot at it. I didn't see much holding, but you know what? The Bengals got away with the face mask earlier. I would call him even at this point. No holding. I did not see any holding. I saw very little holding. But again, the Bengals got away with the face mask earlier. So tit for tat. There you go. Here come the Rams, who are going to fire off to the back of the end zone. And it's Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp with the touchdown. But there is a flag. There is a flag. Are we looking at helmet to helmet? This could be a touchdown, and this could result in Joe Burrow having to go out there and be the hero of Super Bowl 56. You guys are saying holding. Rob Havenstein. Yeah, held number 92. Ew. There's a penalty by each team. Penalties offset. We're looking at first and goal again. We're looking at first and goal again. A minute 44 left to play. The Bengals really starting to struggle here.
In my own heart I want Stafford to win, but I know Bengals haven't been in Super Bowl for 31 years. But interesting fact about Joe Burrow, he was born in same state where I'm located in, Iowa. So it's even divided the two QBs.
Oh, Austin, $20 holla. Thank you again so much, dude. I be honest, again, I love Joe Burrow. We've been talking so much about the fans. They've waited 31 years. I'm pulling for the Bengals 100%. Although I'm also rooting for Stafford. It's a tough one for the Chargers fans. Here comes another throw. Another flag. Cooper Kupp was the target. But I feel you, though, Austin. Thank you so much again, man. $20 holla. It's tough. It's so mind-boggling to think that an organization's been waiting 31 years just to win a playoff game. I'm totally down with letting them take, give them their day in the sun with the Super Bowl. Let's go. It looks like Eli Apple is about to be called for pass interference. All right, dudes, if there's ever a situation of maybe let them score, it could be now. Or you at least start calling your timeouts, right? If they start running it, you at least call your timeouts. You good? First and goal. It looks like a running play. It is. It was Matt Stafford trying to sneak it up the middle, and the Rams sniffed it out. If you're the Bengals, you got to call a timeout right there. Got to call a timeout. Yeah, they're trying to sneak it in. Did I voice crack? Voice crack? You got to sneak it in. But at the same time, the Bengals got to take their timeouts. I honestly, again, I would be so happy for Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald, Von Miller, those guys. I love those players. But, Bengals fans have been waiting so long for this. Oh, the voice ref's voice cracked. I was like, I don't remember my voice cracking. Do I crack? I don't crack often. All right, here we go, dudes. Second and goal. Matt Stafford, it's a fade, and it's Cooper Kupp, and it's a touchdown. Minute 25. We are about to see a Joe Burrow 2-minute offense effort to go win Super Bowl 56. If you guys wanted some drama in the end of the fourth quarter, it's here. Oh, man. Touchdown Rams and Cooper Kupp, who could end up being the MVP of this game. I'd be pretty surprised if the Rams didn't score from the 1 yard. Yeah, me too, Tara. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown, Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is 8 for 92 and 2 touchdowns. Oh, man. Here we go. It feels like that entire drive was the Cooper Kupp show, was it not? Definitely. Yeah, I saw Eli Apple. It was a weird sort of fade. It was a weird fade. Normally you like to see the fade over the left shoulder, but that one was over the right. I don't know. We'll see. Will we see overtime tonight? We could. We could. We certainly could. The game will end with an Aaron Donald strip fumble. If that's the case, then Aaron Donald has to be the MVP, right? He's got a couple of sacks this game. I'm going to check that while we're waiting. Los Angeles Rams defense. Aaron Donald, 2 sacks. 2 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits. He's been crazy. Then again, Von Miller has been pretty much pace for pace with him there too. Pass defended, he added on top of that. Just Donald and Von have just been so disruptive. What would the Chargers have to do to give up for Cooper? Cooper's the best receiver this year in football. I have to imagine 2 or 3 first-round picks. You know what I mean? And as cool as that would be, I'd rather give up 2 or 3 first-round picks for, like, Nick Bosa, if that makes sense. Or another huge edge rusher, somebody very impact. Or even like Marshawn Lattimore, Jalen Ramsey. You never know. Herbert's over Burrow, or the other way around? Is it too early? I think Herbert's still over Burrow, but Burrow's putting up a great fight here. Here comes a nice reception by Jamar Chase, and Chase is going to take it down to the 40-yard line and out of bounds. The Cincinnati Bengals, 2 timeouts, and after that reception past the 40-yard line, here we go. 2-minute offense by the Cincinnati Bengals. Can they score a touchdown to win it all? I'm not looking for overtime. I'm looking for a touchdown for the win if I'm the Bengals. Minute 19 left to play. It's coming down to this. Joe Burrow finds his target. That's Tyler Boyd up the middle. 2nd and 1 coming up. Clock is ticking. 1:09. Did you see Derwin's number change to 3? I did see that. Herbert over Burrow talent-wise, but Burrow has more complete team. Yeah, I agree with that, definitely. Joe Burrow's looking for a touchdown to win this game. Come on, Burrow. 2nd and 1. Burrow fires it off deep, very deep. It looks like maybe a miscommunication. Nobody was home. 3rd and 1 coming up. 48 seconds left to play. 3rd and 1. 2 timeouts for the Cincinnati Bengals. First and foremost, you got to get this first down. You can call a timeout if you need to. But you really got to get moving, dudes. You smell a pick? It could happen. It could happen. It'd be heartbreaking for all Cincinnati fans everywhere. 3rd and 1. It's a run. It's Joe Mixon, and Mixon very close to a first down, but I think he's short. 4th down coming up. Bengals got to burn a timeout. 43 seconds left. 4th and inches. Oh. Oh, man. How many people we got here for the last few seconds? 500 peeps. And a dream for the Cincinnati Bengals. 4th and 1. It all comes down to this. I'm seeing trips on the top of the screen. Joe Burrow takes the snap, looking, and he is sacked. Oh my God, it almost happened. He is sacked by Aaron Donald to end this game. The ball went flying out of his hands, almost into the hands of Samaje Perine for a first down. But Aaron Donald should be your Super Bowl 56 MVP. What a defensive effort by the Rams. Wow. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player in football. Is that credited a sack? Whatever it was, it might have just won them that game. Oh my God. GG's to Cincinnati Bengals fans, man. I feel for you. I was rooting for you, but I think we knew who was going to win this game. The Rams looking to kneel this out. They should be your Super Bowl champions in 2022. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to the Rams, Sean McVay, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford just won a Super Bowl, man. Good for Matt, dude. Good for Matt. GG to the Rams. Chargers fans, don't fret. If there's a bright side to take from this, sure, we're going to have to deal with all the BS from Rams fans for a year. But this is going to light such a fire under the butt of Brandon Staley and Tom Telesco and even ownership. We are now the other team in LA. I can't let that stand. It's time to make some moves. The fire has been lit. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams and the players within. Big game by Aaron Donald. He has got to come out as the Super Bowl MVP in this game, man. Well, guys, fun day, dude. Fun days. Please let this send a message to Telesco and let him know it's all in or nothing. Yeah, it's time, dude. It's time. It is time. Very fun day, dude. Retired Donald forever. Nah, Aaron Donald's not retiring. That'd be crazy. That'd be stupid. Congrats to the Rams. Hey, it's fine, man. Chargers fans, there's Odell Beckham on the sideline in tears. It's just it's hard for me not to root for these players on the Rams. They deserve it, man. I do feel for Cincinnati Bengals fans and their players, but I'm very happy for Matt Stafford and company. These guys did work hard. So, but guys, get ready for next season, man. Chargers fans, don't fret. We will have our time, man. We will have our time. Is it? Are they saying that Aaron Donald's the MVP? 2 sacks, QB hit, 3 hurries. Very nice game for him. It's tough. I know, Chargers fans. It's tough not to be better, but I am very happy for these players. Good for them. Good for them. And get excited for this offseason, man. Chargers fans, so much to go over. Chargers are about to turn a huge corner when it comes to defense, and it's going to be a good time, man. So don't worry about it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good time. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I got some burgers on my mind right now that I got to go make. We're going to celebrate. Congratulations to the Rams. Rams fans, good game. Did he say he's retiring? I hope he's not retiring. I don't think he's retiring. We'll keep you guys up to date with that. But still, guys, very, very fun day. I don't disagree with that, Jonathan. We'll keep you guys updated on any sort of developments. At this point of the season, we are looking for teams to start moving their rosters around, which means more names may become available via trade and free agency. Chargers about to turn a corner defensively, I do believe. And it's going to be a good season, man. Very exciting. Thank you again so much to everybody for joining me in this awesome adventure during the regular season and postseason of 2021 to 2022. It has been so much fun. And all eyes, as said by Andres, all eyes are on Tom Telesco now that the Super Bowl has passed. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. We'll see you next time. And as always, bolt up and stay frosty. Congratulations, Rams fans. Congratulations. Soak it in.
Want to watch football without the restrictions of blackouts or cable? Check out expressvpn.com to help you get access to all the live games. Sign up today using the link in the description to get 3 free months.